far it seems that the police has not been able to track him down yet.
See, if at all Delhi police, finds this person, definitely they will, at least if they are able to locate him in Mumbai and they are able to nab him, then at this point of time they will seek his transit remand from Bombay, and then they will fly back to Delhi, wherein he will be produced in the local courthouse, and over that police will definitely seek his custody and will seek his statement also, will seek his say on the whole incident, and whether he confessed before the police or not. That is something the question is. But remember, there is a delay of almost a month or two in this case. But as far as the testimony of the complainant is concerned, that will also be important, and Delhi police will have to take the statement of the said women, the women who filed a complaint with Air India. Although it was very late, it was a month later wherein this complaint was filed, and after the complaint letter was written to Air India on December 28, Air India goes on to Delhi Airport Police Station, IGI Police Station, and files a formal complaint, following which the FIR was in fact filed. So very much crucial to record the statement of the complainant as well as to get the confession from the accused as well.
Absolutely, there is no denying the fact that the airline was found wanting in its action that it took after this incident was reported. We are going to also listen in to comments that we are getting to this despicable incident and why lack of an action actually is going to make things worse.
It is very unfortunate that this trend has picked up, but unfortunately, because these people know they will do these things and they will get away with it. For them, it is very small incidents. But as per aircraft safety rules, it is a very serious matter. Again, I am repeating that they should be not only booked for outraging the modesty of the women, but they also should be booked for jeoparding the overall safety of the aircraft, because coming from India, these this is also a very bad kind of a reputation which we are taking all over the world. So I think these people should be taken very, very seriously and punished very seriously.
All right, let's go back to Sandeep on this one. Sandeep, as we were hearing, activists over there, they seem to suggest that there needs to be a broader precedent that is set. And that's something that a lot of people have been talking about, whether, airlines need to put in place regulations where they can actually deny people like Sandeep Mishra, who are clearly inebriated, another alcoholic drink, whether they need to be restrained. What kind of actions can airlines actually take in cases like this one?
Ultimately, whenever any kind of, incident happened like this, which is, against the law, the airline's senior officials should inform this. A report should be made. Apart from that, a proper report should be filed in the local police station as well. And the senior authorities in DGCA should be informed about the whole incident. So this is the basic procedure which happens usually. But at this point of time, when we consider this case, especially the Air India controversy that have erupted in this point of time, no measures were in fact taken, and as far as the reply of Air India is concerned, they have clearly mentioned that this case was resolved at that same point of time with the same consensus, and later on there was no complaint filed. And as the letter was written by the women a month later, immediately Air India comes up to the IGI police station and in fact lodge a complaint. But why there was a need to in fact this victim women to write a letter to Air India, and then Air India going to police station and filing a complaint there.
Absolutely.
There should have been, a direct complaint filed by the Air India, and later on
Absolutely.
the action should have been proceeded.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, Sandeep, obviously it's extremely unfortunate that it took over a month for people to wake up to this, and that's also only after the woman actually wrote a letter to the chairman of Tata Sons, and thereafter action was initiated. Obviously, there are questions that need to be answered by the crew as to, how they felt, that they assumed whether, they saw some sort of an apology letter being given by the person, accepted by the passenger, or whether they made up their mind themselves that she was not outraged enough to file a complaint. All those questions obviously need to be answered. But the latest that we are getting in this is that there is a team of the Delhi police which is on its way to Mumbai to try and be able to track the accused in this case. Thank you, Sandeep. And here's a quick look at what else is making news this morning. The Ministry of Home Affairs has declared Mohammed Amin Khubeb, also known as Abu Khubeb, a terrorist under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Khubeb is a Lashkar chief for the Jammu region, operating from Pakistan, and is behind several drone dropping modules and terror attacks. One more person has been arrested in the Khanjawala hit-and-run case. The sixth accused, known as Ashutosh, is the owner of the Baleno car which was given to the accused by him. Now, with landslides continuing in the Joshimath town of Uttarakhand, the district administration has launched relief and rescue operations in the area. People whose homes have cracked due to landslides have been shifted to night shelters of the municipality.
सभी लोगों के साथ इस पर एक गहन समीक्षा की रखी हुई है, और हम पूरी तरह से जो वहाँ पर मैं कहूँगा कि दैवी आपदा जैसी स्थिति है, उस स्थिति पर कैसे लोगों को ठीक प्रकार से रख पाएँ, कैसे उनका ठीक प्रकार से विस्थापन कर पाएँ, कैसे लोगों को सहायता दे पाएँ, कैसे हम शहर को बचा पाएँ, उसको लेकर हम बैठक करने वाले हैं, उसके अनुरूप आगे बढ़ने वाले हैं। हमारे आपदा प्रबंधन सचिव और हमारे अधिकारीगण कल से वहां पर गए हुए हैं, और वो लगातार वहां का सर्वेक्षण कर रहे हैं। उस पर
The BJP leader Shehzad Poonawalla has set out at the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, questioning him over the worsening AQI for Delhi. Poonawalla further said that the national capital has become a gas chamber.
Is internal. Vehicular pollution. On this, Arvind Kejriwal has done nothing. Today, where are the DTC buses? Then road dust and construction dust. On this, Arvind Kejriwal has done nothing, yet promised mechanized sweeping. Thereafter, industrial pollution. Mr. Kejriwal has not closed down any polluting industries. All that he does is blames the centre sometimes.
Massive protests have broken out in Chennai. Thousands of people from the Jain community gathered on the streets and raised slogans against the Jharkhand government after their pilgrimage site was turned into an eco-tourism spot. The Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has lashed out at Prime Minister Modi and said that the Congress saved the constitution for the last 70 years. The Congress chief made the comment after flagging off the Bharat Jodo Yatra in the Banka district of Bihar. 12 suspects have been detained in Rajouri over suspicion of providing help to terrorists. Both terrorists who carried out killings in Rajouri were well aware of the entry and exit routes. Agencies suspect some locals helped the terrorist. Reacting to the disgusting incident that took place on the Air India flight from New York to New Delhi, BJP's Amit Malviya has said that it is difficult to understand the reason why airlines serve liquor on international flights. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has hinted that his proposed countrywide tour of forging opposition unity to take on the BJP in the next Lok Sabha polls may take place after the budget session of the Assembly next month. Well, we are cutting across to pictures of the actor Jacqueline Fernandez, who's making her way to the Patiala House Court. She is in court today in connection with the money laundering case. Do you remember that she has been made an accused by the Enforcement Directorate in the money laundering case against Sukesh Chandrasekhar. The ED, of course, says that she knew of the fact that Sukesh Chandrasekhar was a conman and that he was lodged in a prison, in the Delhi prison rather, for cheating and fraud. And despite that, she continued her contact with him. Do remember that Jacqueline Fernandez also accepted a lot of gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar, which included luxury vehicles as well as other luxury goods. Pictures on your screen are of Jacqueline Fernandez over there making her way to the Patiala House Court. This is in connection with the money laundering case that has been filed by the ED. She was, of course, made an accused in this case by the ED. The Delhi police, I beg your pardon, in fact, the agencies which have been investigating the case have said that Jacqueline was very aware of the fact that Sukesh Chandrasekhar was in prison and was operating a huge racket from inside prison. And she was also aware that he was laundering money. So those are the allegations that have been made by the ED against Jacqueline Fernandez. She was, of course, made an accused in this case much later. Now, Jacqueline Fernandez, of course, was in constant touch. That's what the agencies at least say with Sukesh Chandrasekhar over a period of time. She's accused of having accepted gifts from him, which included luxury vehicles as well as handbags and other luxury items. And here's a quick look at what else is making news across the world this morning. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of the ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben Gvir's visit.
On 3rd January, Israel's new Minister of National Security, Itamar Ben-Gvir, conducted a visit accompanied by heavy security detail to the holy site in Jerusalem. The visit was the first to the site by an Israeli minister since 2017. While the visit was not accompanied or followed by violence, it is seen as particularly inflammatory given Mr. Ben-Gvir's past advocacy for changes to the status quo.
Overnight rains have caused streets to be flooded in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closest rescue station. The U.S. Coast Guard has removed more than 300 Cuban migrants from a remote island off the Florida coast. More than 4,400 Cubans and Haitians have arrived in Florida since August amid deepening and compounding political and economic crises in both countries. Arizona's newest governor, Katie Hobbs, was officially sworn in. The inauguration event for Hobbs and several other elected officials took place at Arizona's state capital near downtown Phoenix. Dangerous conditions caused by enormous waves and high tides have impacted the Santa Cruz coastline, forcing evacuations and resulting in damage to multiple piers. According to sources, significant damage has been caused in major areas and will be closed till further notice. Roadblocks and protests continue across Peru as people demand President Dina Boluarte to step down and the Congress to be closed. However, the president said that the police and the army are working lawfully to protect public peace and said only a few groups are protesting. A powerful storm heading towards California has prompted the governor to declare an emergency in the state. State authorities have stockpiled emergency supplies and urged people to avoid non-essential travel since dangerous conditions are expected in the coming days. Maxar Technologies released satellite images showing large-scale destruction of the city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine after months of heavy Russian bombardment. The US House has been adjourned for the third day without electing a new speaker after Kevin McCarthy continued to suffer a string of defeats in multiple rounds of voting. As the fight for the speaker drags on, it has now become the longest speaker contest in 164 years. Mercedes-Benz says that it will build its own worldwide electric vehicle charging network starting in North America in a bid to compete with EV sales leader Tesla. The company said that Mercedes' branded network will open to owners of all electric vehicles. Now, as pressure mounts on China across the globe with regard to COVID-19 situation in the country, China has responded that this is unsolicited advice to the WHO and the rest of the world.
As world is asking China to show the real COVID-19 situation in the country, China on Wednesday shockingly asked not to make any attempt to politicize the issue.
疫情防控政策的调整，我们会继续同世卫组织开展技术交流等活动。我们也希望世卫组织秘书处秉持科学、客观、公正的立场，努力为全球应对疫情挑战发挥积极作用。
China also responded to the World Health Organization's concern for the reliable COVID data.
将为新时期中非关系发展带来重大利好。中方愿同非方一道，以两国元首共识为遵循，续写千年友好，扩大互利共赢，深化战略互信，推动中非关系不断走深走实。
You are watching Republic TV. On the other side, after Republic TV raises its voice, the Delhi police identifies the Air India crew, interrogates them for 2 hours. An earthquake with an epicenter in Afghanistan jolts Kashmir. Tremors are felt across North India.
I am Aneri Shah reporting from Hyderabad, and this is Republic.
And in other international news, it's an attempt to root out corruption, and the Philippines Interior Secretary has now asked all police generals and full colonels to submit their courtesy resignation to clean the ranks of ties to illegal drugs. More than a dozen police officers were arrested or relieved from their posts and put under investigation last year for their involvement or suspected involvement in the drug trade. Myanmar's ruling military on Thursday freed mass prisoners, including some political detainees, to mark the 75th anniversary of independence of the country from Britain. The military government said it was pardoning 7,012 prisoners, along with a partial commutation of the sentences of other inmates not convicted of serious crime. Iranian chess player Sara Khadim has received multiple phone calls threatening and warning her from Iran not to return home. Sara was told not to return as she competed at the international tournament in Kazakhstan without a hijab amid nationwide protests against the hijab in Iran. Unauthorized use of mobile phones by Russian soldiers have led to the deadly Ukrainian rocket attack in Makivka on January 1st, raising the death toll to 89. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Moscow is planning a full-scale mobilization to launch a major offensive. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said on Wednesday that his main policy challenges this year will be wage increases, investment promotion and childcare support. Kishida will be visiting Washington, D.C. for talks with President Joe Biden to underscore the strength of the Japan-US alliance. The Israeli army demolished 5 homes, water tanks and olive orchards in 2 Palestinian villages in the southern West Bank. The residents are at risk of imminent expulsion. Most residents of the area have remained in place since the ruling, even as Israeli security forces periodically roll in to demolish structures. Schools remain closed in Tehran amid several other cities on Wednesday as severe air pollution continued to hit Iran. Thick smog blanketed the capital for more than a week, prompting authorities to urge residents to stay at home. The air pollution index has now touched 162. The U.S. military has dismissed China's accusation that a U.S. spy plane engaged in dangerous maneuvers against a Chinese Navy fighter jet over the South China Sea on the 21st of December, maintaining that it was a Chinese fighter jet that had caused the two aircraft to nearly collide. A new U.S. Congress was sworn in on Tuesday, where 7 fresh faces joined the ranks of the 100-member Senate. 5 Republicans and 2 Democrats became lawmakers in the upper chamber of the U.S. legislature, and Democrats continue control by a narrow margin. A large crowd lined the streets of Santos as the coffin of Brazilian soccer great Pelé, who was transported through the city on Tuesday before his burial went through. Pelé was buried in the city where he grew up and helped make a global capital of the sport.
First of all, for past 2 months, there have been various issues which has been popping up in Tamil Nadu. That is,
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in. You're watching the news at 10:30. I'm Suesha Sound. We get you all the top stories and the big Republic campaign impact as an FIR has now been filed in the case of the man who urinated on the 70-year-old woman on that Air India flight. Air India has been forced to react, and strong action being taken by the Delhi police as they are on the hunt for that man. That and much more in this edition. First, a quick check of the headlines. It is a massive Republic campaign impact from civil aviation to Delhi police. All take note of Air India airborne forward case. After Republic raises its voice, Delhi police identifies the Air India crew, interrogates them for 2 hours. Delhi police writes to the Bureau of Immigration to issue a lookout notice against airborne offender. Sixth accused in the Delhi hit-and-run case arrested. Cops arrested owner of the Baleno car. Boycott Bollywood trend strikes panic in Bollywood. Sunil Shetty seeks Yogi's help, says some rotten apples at fault. An earthquake with an epicenter in Afghanistan jolted Kashmir late last evening. Tremors felt across North India. And we are getting you this latest in the Delhi excise policy case. Breaking updates that are just coming in as the ED is preparing a supplementary charge sheet in the Liquorgate case. Supplementary charge sheet that will be filed in Delhi's Rouse Avenue court today, and trouble certainly mounting for Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, whose name is possibly in the supplementary charge sheet? We are yet to get more details from my colleague Piyush Mishra, who may join us shortly. But according to ED sources, the investigation is on and no clean sheet has been given to anyone. Piyush, I believe you're with us. Give us details of the supplementary charge sheet to be filed today, and most importantly, what this will mean for Manish Sisodia.
Well, if we talk about the ED instead, what we are now learning is that ED is now going to file a supplementary charge sheet in the liquor policy. Remember that earlier ED had filed its charge sheet, and in that particular charge sheet there was no name of Manish Sisodia, and this time also we are expecting that there won't be a name of Manish Sisodia. This is what the sources are telling us. But still, ED told us that they have not given to any accused in this entire case, and the investigations are going on. Remember that the massive controversy had erupted
just before the Gujarat elections and also the MCD polls in Delhi, where serious allegations were leveled against Manish Sisodia and many other Aam Aadmi Party workers, as well as the officers of Delhi government. Many arrests have also been taken place, and in fact CBI had raided the house of Manish Sisodia, after which Aam Aadmi Party had come out and it had said that no such involvement is there of Manish Sisodia, and Arvind Kejriwal and many other leaders of Aam Aadmi Party were seen giving clean chit to Manish Sisodia. In fact, CBI in the last few days have made multiple arrests. Recently, CBI had filed charge sheet against Vijay Nair and one more accused in this very case. After the CBI, which filed its FIR in this case, ED also started investigating the case. Money laundering allegations were also there. That was also investigated by Enforcement Directorate. And now what we are given to understand is that Enforcement Directorate is going to file its supplementary charge sheet. Earlier, it had filed the first charge sheet, and now in this supplementary charge sheet too, what we are now given to understand is that there is no name of Manish Sisodia, but the investigative agency has also mentioned that the investigation in this case is still going on and no clean sheet has been given to anyone. We'll have to wait and watch how Aam Aadmi Party is going to react on this big development.
Oh yes, that was just going to be my next question to you, Piyush, that as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, they have always been maintaining, ever since these charges were pressed on them, of saying that this is nothing but political vendetta. And despite direct questions asked to them on what their role was when it came to the Liquorgate scam, they have never answered clearly. Any response so far? You're saying we are awaiting that response, but what may happen on that front after the charge sheet is filed?
Well, certainly, Suesha, like you mentioned, that so far Aam Aadmi Party has been giving a clean sheet to Manish Sisodia, and they have been defending him. As far as this charge sheet is concerned, the Enforcement Directorate is going to file its supplementary charge sheet, and what sources are suggesting that once again in this charge sheet too, there won't be any, there will not be the name of Manish Sisodia. Earlier also in its first charge sheet, there was no mention of Manish Sisodia, and when it had happened, Aam Aadmi Party leaders had come out and they started giving clean chit to Manish Sisodia. In fact, we have seen how there were serious allegations on Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister as to how he not only favored the liquor cartels, but also more than 147 crores were waived off. In fact, there were allegations of Aam Aadmi Party receiving kickbacks from these corporates, these liquor cartels, and that fund which they received in this with the help of this new liquor policy, they used those money in Punjab elections and also in other states elections. So there were serious allegations of Manish Sisodia. Not only Sisodia's name was there, in fact his PA was also questioned by the investigative agencies. CBI as well as ED have filed their first charge sheet respectively, but supplementary charge sheet has just been today. Most likely what we are learning is that today ED is going to file its supplementary charge sheet, where what sources are telling us, Manish Manish Sisodia's name is missing, and certainly Aam Aadmi Party is going to pat its shoulders, and once again they are going to give clean sheet to Manish Sisodia. In fact, when the first charge sheet was filed by Enforcement Directorate, at that time Arvind Kejriwal had come out and he had said that the BJP-led government, central government, has used all its investigative agencies, all its might against Manish Sisodia, but they have not found even a single evidence against him, which certainly suggests that there is no involvement of Manish Sisodia in this entire scam. But BJP has been claiming that further investigation is still going on and he will be arrested very soon. But so far, Manish Sisodia has not been arrested. In fact, CBI also conducted raids at his residence. At that time, we also saw as to how Arvind Kejriwal had come out. Aam Aadmi Party had also taken out protest against central government, against LG, and many other protests were taken out by Aam Aadmi Party, giving complete clean sheet to Manish Sisodia. Now we'll have to wait and watch how BJP as well as Aam Aadmi Party are going to react on this big development, but sources are suggesting that ED is going to file its supplementary charge sheet in which Manish Sisodia's name will again be missing.
Absolutely, Piyush, and we are tracking every single development very closely. For the moment, thank you for joining us. Moving on, Bollywood actor Sunil Shetty on Thursday said that 99% of Bollywood does not take drugs and they rather focus on work and how to reach out to the people through their films. He asserted that it is important that the trending hashtag of boycott Bollywood be done away with to restore the image of the Bollywood film industry. Here's a report.
At a meeting with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai, Bollywood actor Sunil Shetty spoke about warding off the negative sentiment the audience has towards the Hindi film industry. He further asserted that the hashtag boycott Bollywood is alarming and needs to be stopped.
हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है, मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में मैं रहा हूँ, तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलके उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है.
He further reiterated, saying that Bollywood is spoiled by rotten apples.
हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है.
Shetty, who has been part of the glitz and glamour industry for over 3 decades, now requested the help of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister to get rid of the anti-Bollywood sentiment that's been building up on social media. Moreover, he requested Yogi Adityanath to talk to Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the same. Shetty also spoke about how Film City in Uttar Pradesh should encourage locals to become a part of it and provide them with employment.
वाकई ये प्लान बहुत ही खूबसूरत पॉलिसी, जैसे राहुल ने कहा कि definitely one of the best policies that any state has put forward. बस यही है, बार बार यही कहना है कि वन विंडो क्लियरेंस रहना चाहिए, प्रोटेक्शन, जीरो क्राइम रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि तभी जाकर शूटिंग होती भी है और कंफर्टेबल शूटिंग होती है. थर्ड, ऑफ कोर्स, एजुकेशन पे ध्यान. सिर्फ हमें ये नहीं देखना चाहिए कि हमें एक्टर्स क्रिएट करना है, लेकिन टेक्निकल टीम्स भी क्रिएट करना बहुत जरूरी है, ताकि जब हम यहाँ से आए तो बहुत ही एक छोटी यूनिट लेकर आए और वहाँ के लोकल्स को हम वो एनकरेजमेंट दें.
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who was in Mumbai, interacted with several Bollywood personalities. Apart from Sunil Shetty, other celebrities including Ravi Kishan, Jackie Bhagnani, Jackie Shroff, Rajpal Yadav, Sonu Nigam, along with Bonnie Kapoor and Subhash Ghai, attended the meeting. The Chief Minister is on a 2-day visit to Mumbai in order to promote Uttar Pradesh as the most friendly state in India. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And on to sports updates. Bologna sprang a EuroLeague shock on second-placed Barcelona when they won by 83-75. The Italian side made a bright start with IFFE scoring 20 points in the match as his side opened up a 26-15 first quarter lead. Bottom team Alba Berlin beat leaders Kazu Baskonia in an eventful match in Germany on Thursday. There was drama at the very end as Alba managed to survive 2 attempts from Baskonia in the last 9 seconds. A last quarter surge saw Partizan Belgrade defeat Monaco 180 in their EuroLeague match in Belgrade. Following a strong start, the hosts led at every turn, but an improved second quarter from Monaco saw the two teams fight neck to neck. Braga secured an easy 4-0 win over Santa Clara in their Primeira Liga match in Azores. The visitors took the lead in the 15th minute with a crafty strike from Ricardo. Al Hilal held on for a 1-0 victory over Al Ittihad in the Saudi Roshan League. Ighalo's strike in the 12th minute was the deciding factor. Jake Paul has signed a deal with Professional Fighters League for mixed martial arts. Paul has signed with PFL to compete in a new super fight division that is scheduled to include fights on a pay-per-view. Buffalo Bills practice for the first time since teammate Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest on the field during a match against the Bengals. The developments came as the Bills returned to practice once again. The Green Bay Packers practice as the team prepares for a must-win match against the Detroit Lions on Sunday night. Andy Murray arrived in Melbourne ahead of the Australian Open and held his first training session. Murray is looking forward to win his first Australian Open title when the tournament starts on the 16th of January. Defending champion Rafael Nadal practiced at the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne ahead of the Australian Open. Nadal losing both matches in the United Cup and winning just one of his last 7 matches. Despite some concerns on his fitness, the Spaniard has been declared fit to play the Australian Open that starts on the 16th of January. With that, it's time for us to slip into a very short commercial break. On the other side, we get you details of how the Delhi police has written to the Bureau of Immigration to issue a lookout notice against airborne creep. Also, the 6th accused in the Delhi hit-and-run case who's been arrested, cops have now booked the owner of the Baleno car.
I'm Zinat Zishan Fazil reporting from Srinagar, and this is The Republic.
And a quick check of the other top stories we're tracking for you this morning. In the Delhi hit-and-run case, 5 accused are to be produced in Rohini court. Earlier, the court on January 2nd had granted 3-day police custody to all the accused. Delhi police personnel, including those from the PCR unit, will be questioned as part of the inquiry in the Delhi hit-and-run case. The inquiry will be looking into all standard operating procedures and what not was followed by the police. Supreme Court will be hearing petitions challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's decision ordering the state authorities to remove encroachments from railway land in Haldwani's Banbhulpura area. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari is likely to inspect the work going on in the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway today. Gadkari is also scheduled to conduct an aerial inspection since the expressway is likely to be opened before the assembly polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to flag off BJP Rath Yatra in Tripura today. Now, according to sources, 50,000 BJP workers at both places are expected to be present. This is seen as a big move by the BJP ahead of the assembly elections. Main accused in the Uttarakhand murder case of Ankita Bhandari, where Pulkit Arya has given a list of 6 questions which he wants to be asked to him during his narco test. That is scheduled for today. The case pertains to the death of the 19-year-old Ankita Bhandari, whose body was recovered, from the Chilla Canal in Rishikesh on the 24th of September. In a shocking video from RK Nagar constituency in Chennai, DMK MLA Ebenezer is found inspecting a water pump where a corporation worker is forced to clean the blockage in the ditch using his bare hands. A man belonging to the SC community was forced in front of an MLA while manual scavenging is prohibited in the country. A drunk man urinated on a woman co-passenger in the business class of an Air India flight in November and left without facing any action. Weeks after the incident, DGCA has sought a report from the airline. Meanwhile, NCW has also taken cognizance of the incident on the Air India flight commission and sought report within 7 days. Bihar police arrested a madrasa teacher from Nevada for allegedly making obscene videos of minor students and blackmailing them. The incident came to light after a girl student lodged a complaint at the Kavakol police station, after which the accused was arrested. And we're cutting across to breaking news coming in. Police officers conducted a raid against the prisoners in jail number 8 of the Tihar jail in the national capital. Search operation that is being done on receiving inputs that there were several materials in possession of the prisoners. Some of them also being offensive. That include knives, room heater, handmade heaters, mobile phone charger, pen drives, and several mobiles. That picture on your screens of this recovery that was made after police officers conducted a raid on the prisoners in jail number 8 of Tihar jail. Harsha is joining me live on the broadcast to give us more details of the raids that were conducted and what will be the result of this recovery. Harsha, will they be punished?
Exactly, Suesha. Now we are getting to know that the various jail officials are suspended from the Tihar jail and Mandoli jail as well. So there were raids conducted in 2 jails in Delhi, Tihar jail and Mandoli jail on the 3rd of January and fortnight in Mandoli jail. So from jail number 8 and 9 of Tihar jail, 7 mobile phones, room heaters, knives and pen drives, kettles, several things during the raid officials have got. And after that, the entire material, entire thing which the police officials have got in the raid, they all have seized those materials, and the action against the officials, against the people who were monitoring those jails, the action has been taken against those police officials. The DG of the jail had conducted all these raids after getting a tip that there is some unknown activity which is going on inside the jail, after which this raid was conducted. So this could be a big raid, because we were seeing at the time of Sukesh Chandrasekhar told various things about the visit of Delhi minister. Then we saw that these things were continuously coming up, that there is several things happening inside the jail which jail administration is not monitoring, and this raids being conducted has a big lead. They've got a big lead that something unofficially is also going on inside the jail. Several things were seized, and right now action has been taken against the jail officials. So Isha, back to you.
All right, Harsha, thank you for getting us these details. And well, it is a massive Republic campaign impact, where from the Civil Aviation Ministry to the Delhi Police all have taken note of the Air India airborne pervert. We'll get you details on this after this very short breather. Stay with us.
First of all, for past 2 months, there have been various issues which has been popping up in Tamil Nadu. That is from BJP only. Okay. And sincerely, I would like to only question in which way Annamalai has supported any woman. In which way he has supported. Be it, there was a audio leak with Daisy Charan and Trichy Surya. He actually made a compromise and he actually suspended the person, Trichy Surya. But it just vanished away. The problem, he did not accept his resignation. Basically, he's a habitual offender, Trichy Surya. And he's not only done that to one person, he's done it to Alish Abdullah, which also came in the same month. Yes. And then she has also openly came out to the press and told that, the person is spoken very badly. And he's apparently very close aide of Annamalai. Okay. Now, today, he's saying that I will not accept his resignation. And in which way is he voicing out for women? Where he has actually openly spoken about me in front of 150 people, speaking about Dubai in a very absurd way, in abusive way, inducing a very wrong idea about a woman, especially me. And then now, he doesn't even have an answer to come out. He doesn't have an answer. Recently, I just saw a interview where press meet, he's saying that let Gayatri Raghuram put more allegation on me, so I will become famous, popular, so people will talk about me. So is he using me as for his popular agenda? So women are so he cannot answer a women's question for the abusive comment he had made, but he wants to keep me as a agenda to make this issue as a popular. And how absurd is that? Which leader would come say something like that?
And a quick check of the other top stories we're tracking for you this morning. In the Delhi hit and run case, 5 accused are to be produced in Rohini court. Earlier, the court on January 2nd had granted 3-day police custody to all the accused. Delhi police personnel, including those from the PCR unit, will be questioned as part of the inquiry in the Delhi hit and run case. The inquiry will be looking into all standard operating procedures and what not was followed by the police. Supreme Court will be hearing petitions challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's decision ordering the state authorities to remove encroachments from railway land in Haldwani's Banbhulpura area. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari is likely to inspect the work going on in the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway today. Gadkari is also scheduled to conduct an aerial inspection since the expressway is likely to be opened before the assembly polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled
On to international updates. UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of the Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben-Gvir's visit. Overnight rains have caused streets to flood in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closet rescue station.
I'm Nupur Talwar Suri reporting in Mumbai, and this is Republic.
And in other international news, it's an attempt to root out corruption, and the Philippines' Interior Secretary has now asked all police generals and full colonels to submit their courtesy resignation to clean the ranks of ties to illegal drugs. More than a dozen police officers were arrested or relieved from their posts and put under investigation last year for their involvement or suspected involvement in the drug trade. Myanmar's ruling military on Thursday freed mass prisoners, including some political detainees, to mark the 75th anniversary of independence of the country from Britain. The military government said it was pardoning 7,012 prisoners, along with a partial commutation of the sentences of other inmates not convicted of serious crime. Iranian chess player Sara Khadim has received multiple phone calls threatening and warning her from Iran not to return home. Sara was told not to return as she competed at the international tournament in Kazakhstan without a hijab amid nationwide protests against the hijab in Iran. Unauthorized use of mobile phones by Russian soldiers have led to the deadly Ukrainian rocket attack in Makivka on January 1st, raising the death toll to 89. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Moscow is planning a full-scale mobilization to launch a major offensive. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said on Wednesday that his main policy challenges this year will be wage increases, investment promotion and childcare support. Kishida will be visiting Washington, D.C. for talks with President Joe Biden to underscore the strength of the Japan-US alliance. The Israeli army demolished 5 homes, water tanks and olive orchards in 2 Palestinian villages in the southern West Bank. The residents are at risk of imminent expulsion. Most residents of the area have remained in place since the ruling, even as Israeli security forces periodically roll in to demolish structures. Schools remain closed in Tehran amid several other cities on Wednesday as severe air pollution continued to hit Iran. Thick smog blanketed the capital for more than a week, prompting authorities to urge residents to stay at home. The air pollution index has now touched 162. The U.S. military has dismissed China's accusation that a U.S. spy plane engaged in dangerous maneuvers against a Chinese Navy fighter jet over the South China Sea on the 21st of December, maintaining that it was a Chinese fighter jet that had caused the 2 aircraft to nearly collide. A new U.S. Congress was sworn in on Tuesday, where 7 fresh faces joined the ranks of the 100-member Senate. 5 Republicans and 2 Democrats became lawmakers in the upper chamber of the U.S. legislature, and Democrats continue control by a narrow margin. A large crowd lined the streets of Santos as the coffin of Brazilian soccer great Pelé, who was transported through the city on Tuesday before his burial went through. Pelé was buried in the city where he grew up and helped make a global capital of the sport.
First of all, for past 2 months, there have been various issues which has been popping up in Tamil Nadu. That is from BJP only. Okay. And sincerely, I would like to only question in which way Annamalai has supported any woman.
The conspiratorial Congress will join hands with the Chinese to undermine our own sovereignty, our own government, and play to the Chinese advantage. That's what the conspiratorial Congress will do. Remember, and never forget, viewers, that Sonia Gandhi was there signing an agreement with Xi, with the Chinese Communist Party, so she cannot be trusted. And neither can her party, the conspiratorial Congress. The Prime Minister is handling a tough situation, and Indians need to rally behind him. A message needs to go that we know that the Chinese have done a deal with the conspiratorial Congress, and that the entire nation stands with the Indian army and the Indian government. Weak Xi must get the message.
It is a massive Republic TV campaign impact. From civil aviation to the Delhi police, all take note of the Air India airborne pervert case. After Republic TV raises its voice, the Delhi police identifies their crew from Air India, interrogates them for 2 hours. The Delhi police writes to the Bureau of Immigration to issue a lookout notice against the offender. The sixth accused in the Delhi hit and run case is arrested. The police arrest the owner of the vehicle. The boycott Bollywood trend strikes panic in Bollywood. Sunil Shetty seeks Yogi Adityanath's help, says some rotten apples are at fault. And an earthquake with an epicenter in Afghanistan jolts Kashmir. Tremors are felt across North India. Good morning and thank you very much for staying with us on Live and Breaking. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Now, even as action has been initiated against the airline as well as the FIR, of course, which has been lodged against the pervert on board the Air India flight who urinated on an elderly woman passenger in the business class of the airline on the New York to New Delhi flight. There is a team of the Mumbai police, a team of the Delhi police, in fact, which is now on its way to Mumbai. As per reports, we are told that they expect to be able to apprehend this person in Mumbai. And for all the updates, let's go across to Harsha, who's reporting in New Delhi. Now, Harsha, give us more details in terms of the FIR that has been lodged. And of course, the DGCA has also issued a show cause notice.
We're getting to know that Air India CEO Campbell Wilson had told the airline staff he held the internal meeting, and that internal meeting he had reflected the incident or the urinating incident which has come from the JFK New Delhi flight airlines, and he has reported that any such incident which is reported inside the airlines of improper behavior of the passenger has to be reported immediately, and he has himself sought and seek the report from all the crew and staff member, which we are getting to know from our sources that the incident happened has made the airlines suffer, and the way it has got the public attention, because we have ourselves know.
Let's go across back to the big story that we've been tracking of what's happening in the Delhi hit and run case. We are now okay, let's go across to Anup, I think, who is bringing us the latest on this.
पुलिस उसे लेकर निकली है बहुत तेजी के साथ। पुलिस का एक कांस्टेबल आता है, जय कांस्टेबल आता है, उसके बाद घर नॉक करता है, अंदर जाता है। हमने जब उसे देखा तो हम भी उसके पीछे रुक लिए। उसके बाद निधि थोड़ी देर बाद घर के अंदर से निकलती है, लेकिन सुबह से हम यहाँ मौजूद थे। निधि ने कोई आवाज नहीं दी। हमने नॉक भी किया था दरवाजे से, लेकिन निधि ने कुछ कहा नहीं। उसके बाद निधि यहाँ से स्कार्फ लगाकर घर से निकली है। अंदर उनके भाई हैं। हमने कोशिश भी की थी बातचीत करने की, लेकिन निधि ने कोई आवाज नहीं दिया। उनके भाई भी अंदर थे। अभी ये दरवाजा बंद है और अंदर से खुला, यानी उनके भाई अंदर हैं, जो जानकारी मिल रही है। उसके बाद निधि को यहीं से पुलिस लेकर गई है। इस गली से पुलिस का कांस्टेबल आता है, गाड़ी अपनी वहीं खड़ा करता है बाहर में। उसके बाद निधि को यहाँ नॉक करके बोलकर निधि को लेकर यहाँ से गली से बाहर गया है। हालांकि जानकारी मिल रही है कि निधि को यहाँ से ले जाया गया। कई अनसुलझे सवाल हैं जिनका जवाब जानना बेहद जरूरी है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस गई है। जो सवाल, जो जवाब, वो बयान जो वो दे रही है, उसमें भी विरोधाभास है, क्योंकि जो लोग पकड़े गए हैं, जो 6 लोग पकड़े गए हैं, उनके बयानों में, निधि के बयानों में बहुत सारा अंतर मिल रहा है। निधि कह रही थी कि अंजलि शराब पी हुई थी, जबकि पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में अंजलि के शराब की कोई पुष्टि नहीं हुई कि अंजलि ने शराब पी थी। लेकिन ऐसे में कई अनसुलझे सवाल है। मोहल्ले वाले भी ये कह रहे हैं कि अभी 1 से 1.5 महीना पहले निधि ने एक घर खरीदा था। 16 लाख के करीब इस घर की कीमत बताई जा रही है। निधि की गाड़ी भी आई है। लोग ये कहते हैं कि निधि सुबह उठती है और ये गाड़ी लेकर निकलती है और देर रात को वापस आती है। अपनी मां से निधि अलग रह रही थी। यानी सवाल कई हैं जिनका जवाब अभी जरूरी है। और निधि को पुलिस अपने साथ लेकर गई, कहां लेकर गई है, इस बात की कोई जानकारी नहीं मिल पा रही है। हालांकि अलग अलग जगहों पे जिनको पकड़ा गया है, अलग अलग जगहों पर उनको लेकर जाया गया और अलग अलग जगहों से उनसे पूछताछ होगी और उसके बाद निधि से भी सवाल जवाब किए जाएंगे, क्योंकि निधि जो पहले जवाब दे रही थी, उसके बाद अब उन जवाबों से मेल नहीं खा रहा है जो दूसरे जवाब मिल रहे हैं। या आरोपियों की बात करें, निधि की माफ कीजिएगा, अंजलि की मां, उसके मामा जो बयान दे रहे हैं कि निधि को भी आरोपी बनाया जाए, उस पर भी सवाल उठ रहे हैं कि आखिर अब आगे पुलिस क्या करेगी। ये घर है निधि का, जहां निधि अंदर थी। बाकायदा पुलिस की यहां पर चौकसी रहती है। कल यहां प्रदर्शन हुआ था महिलाओं की तरफ से, उसके बाद गेट के दोनों तरफ पुलिस को रखा गया था और बाकायदा पुलिस यहां बैठ भी रही थी। लेकिन आज सुबह जब हम यहां पहुंचे थे, कोई पुलिस वाला नहीं था। हमने काफी कोशिश की थी कि उसके दरवाजे को खटखटाया, अगल बगल बातचीत भी की, लेकिन निधि अंदर थी, लेकिन अंदर से कोई जवाब नहीं आया। लेकिन अब जानकारी ये मिली थी कि निधि अंदर, और उसके बाद पुलिस यहां से निधि को लेकर गई है। कई सवालों का जवाब लेना है निधि से, कई तरह से अनसुलझे सवाल हैं, उन सवालों के जवाब के साथ साथ निधि से पूछताछ भी होगी। पहले ही निधि ने जो बयान दिया था शराब पीने की बात अंजलि को लेकर कही थी, वो बात भी गलत साबित हो रही। तो सवाल ये उठ रहा था कि अंजलि आखिर छुपा क्या रही है, क्या छुपा रही है और किसका उसके ऊपर दबाव था। क्योंकि एक लड़का जो निशांत बगल का बताया जा रहा, उसने मीडिया में आकर बयान दिया था कि हाँ उसने निधि को देखा था, पहले सुबह वो आई थी, उसके बाद निधि उसको भी धमकी देती हुई नजर आई थी। हालांकि निशांत भी नहीं है, हमने उसके घर को भी नॉक किया, निशांत ने सुरक्षा मांगी थी कि निधि से जान का खतरा है, निशांत भी यहां नहीं है, वो शायद कहीं और शिफ्ट हो गया है अपनी मां के घर पर। लेकिन निधि को यहां से पुलिस लेकर गई है और अब उससे पूछताछ की जाएगी। कई नए नए थ्योरीज सामने आ रहे हैं इस मामले को लेकर, एक के बाद एक नए खुलासे हो रहे हैं, नए नए जो सीसीटीवी फुटेज सामने आ रहे हैं, उसके बाद कई बातें भी सामने आ रही है। अब सवाल ये हो रहा है कि गुत्थी जो है सुलझने के बजाय उलझती ही जा रही है।
All right, Anup, of course, is bringing us the details in terms of what's happening in this case. The latest that we are hearing is that Nidhi, who has been identified as the main witness in this case, has been taken away by the police. Now, do remember that there was another accused in this case who's been added to the FIR. His name is Ashutosh, who's believed to be the owner of the car that was given out. Let's cut back across, I think, to our reporters in the national capital to listen into what's happening. All right. Even as we are going to try and go across to our correspondents, here's what we know so far. Now, in this particular case, of course, there are a large number of questions that still remain unanswered. One of them, of course, is the fact that all the accused have been examined by the police. They're likely to be examined once again today. Let's listen in to what our reporters on the ground are quickly telling us right now.
जाता हूँ बस
ये अभी नई शिफ्ट की थी,
दो महीने के आसपास हो गए शिफ्ट।
आप लोग जानते थे निधि को?
जी इसे 2 महीने हुए आए हुए यहाँ पर से। हाँ बस थोड़ा सा घुल मिल रही थी, इसके अलावा तो कुछ नहीं था।
निधि कब आती थी, कब जाती थी, कोई जानकारी मिल पाई?
नहीं, इसकी तो कोई जानकारी नहीं है।
आप लोगों को अभी पता चला जो अंजलि की मौत हुई, उसके बाद निधि यहीं रह रहे थे, अकेले रहते थे निधि?
हाँ अकेले रहती थी अभी। हाँ इसकी
क्या करती थी, कोई जानकारी आप लोगों को?
नहीं कोई जानकारी नहीं, बस वो स्कूटी लेके चली जाती थी।
यही स्कूटी है निधि की?
हाँ यही स्कूटी है।
सुबह जाती थी, कब लौटती थी, कोई जानकारी?
ये तो पता नहीं, 10-11 बजे के करीब देखते थे हम इसको, यहीं रहती थी जी, उसके अलावा कोई पता नहीं।
तो देखिए निधि यहाँ बिल्कुल नई थी और नई होने की वजह से बहुत ज्यादा परिवार वालों से, यहाँ मोहल्ले वालों से घुली मिली नहीं थी, अकेली रहती थी। ऊपर के माले में किराएदार रहते हैं जो ऊपर हैं मौजूद, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा जानकारी निधि के बारे में नहीं मिल पा रही। स्कूटी यही है और इसी स्कूटी से निधि यहाँ से निकलती थी। आज सुबह जब हम यहाँ पहुंचे थे, ये दरवाजा, बाहर का दरवाजा खुला हुआ था और ये दरवाजा बंद था, लेकिन अंदर का दरवाजा खुला हुआ था। उसके बाद हमने कई बार नॉक भी किया, हमें लगा कि शायद यहाँ है, लेकिन मोहल्ले वालों ने बताया कि देर रात भी पुलिस आई थी, तो ऐसी जानकारी मिली कि शायद निधि को यहां से पुलिस लेकर गई थी। लेकिन काफी देर इंतजार करने के बाद हम यहां मुस्तैदी से खड़े रहे और उसके बाद एक कांस्टेबल आता है इस गली में अपनी गाड़ी खड़ा करता है। उसके बाद कांस्टेबल यहां आया और घर के अंदर नॉक करता है। अंदर दरवाजा खुलता है तो पता चलता है कि निधि का कोई जानने वाला भाई या कोई रिश्तेदार अंदर था, निधि भी अंदर थी। लेकिन जब दरवाजा खुला तो निधि साथ निकलती है। सब हैरान हम थे इस बात से कि निधि अंदर थी तो आखिर कोई जवाब क्यों नहीं मिल रहा था, आखिर वो कुछ बोल क्यों नहीं रही थी। उसके बाद निधि मास्क लगाकर, मुंह पे स्कार्फ पहना था निधि ने, और उसके बाद पुलिस के कांस्टेबल ने उसको यहीं से वो लेकर उसको बाहर गया। और बाहर पहले से एक जिप्सी तैयार थी, यानी पहले से प्लान था कि निधि को चुपचाप यहां से निकालना है, क्योंकि मीडिया का जमावड़ा यहां लग रहा था। इसलिए चुपचाप निधि को यहां से कांस्टेबल लेकर जाता है, आगे जिप्सी में बिठाता है और जिप्सी से बिठाकर उसको ले जाया गया है। निधि को कहां ले जाया गया ये तो जानकारी नहीं मिल पाई, लेकिन जरूर इतना तय है कि निधि से एक बार फिर पूछताछ होगी। विरोधाभास है बयानों में, क्योंकि निधि जो कह रही है वो अलग बात है, जो आरोपी कह रहे हैं वो अलग बात है, और निधि जो अंजलि के परिवार वाले हैं वो जो कह रहे हैं वो गलत बात है। पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में भी इस बात की पुष्टि हुई है कि अंजलि ने शराब नहीं पी थी, तो आखिर निधि ऐसे क्यों कह रही है, निधि ने ऐसा बयान क्यों दिया कि अंजलि नशे में बहुत धुत थी, बहुत ज्यादा ड्रिंक किया हुआ था, इसीलिए उसने गाड़ी चलाने की बात कही थी। ये ये सवाल जवाब और जो जिरा है, इसके बाद अब ये सवाल उठ रहे थे कि आखिर निधि झूठ बोल रही है या फिर कुछ छुपाने की कोशिश कर रही है। ये तमाम बातें अब खुलकर एक एक कर सामने आ रही है, क्योंकि एक एक कर पहले 5 आरोपी गिरफ्तार हुए थे, उसके बाद अब बताया गया कि 2 आरोपी और हैं। उनमें से एक आशुतोष की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, अंकुश की गिरफ्तारी बाकी है, उसे भी पुलिस ढूंढ रही है। कितने किरदार हैं इस गुत्थी में समझ से परे है, लेकिन एक एक का तमाम फुटेज सामने आ रहे हैं, सीसीटीवी फुटेज सामने आ रहे हैं। और निधि की बात भी अब सवालों के घेरे में, आखिर निधि चाहती क्या है, क्या बोलना चाह रही निधि, क्या जवाब दे रही है, ये समझ से परे है। आखिर किसका दबाव उसके ऊपर है। तमाम सवालों के जवाब अब मिलेंगे जब निधि दोबारा पुलिस के इंटरोगेशन में या पुलिस को अपने सवालों के जवाब देगी।
All right, so our reporters on the ground, of course, are tracking what happened outside the main witness in this case, Nidhi's interrogation. Now, we are told that she's been taken away by the police. Now, do remember that there are several new questions which have arisen after the police's investigation. This is the 6th day now that the police is investigating this case. Another accused was arrested. Now, he was the person who was actually supposed to be owner of the vehicle that was lent to his friends. We are also getting to know that there was perhaps a cover-up by the accused to try to hide the fact that the person who was driving the car did not have a license.
जरा समझिए कि निधि अपनी माँ के साथ नहीं रहती थी, यानी कहीं ना कहीं कड़वाहट थी माँ बेटी में। और निधि इस घर में 1 से 1.5 महीने पहले यहाँ शिफ्ट हुई, खुद इस घर को खरीदा था और निधि यहाँ से निकलती थी और उसके बाद देर रात वापस आती थी और ऊपर में किराएदार रहते हैं। तो निधि के कई सवालों के जवाब हैं, जो जवाब है इस मामले से जुड़े वो निधि के बयानों के बाद ही साफ हो पाएंगे कि आखिर क्या ये पूरा मामला है। अंजलि की तो मौत हो गई, उसके बाद इस गुत्थी को सुलझने के लिए कहा जा रहा था और निधि जब सामने आई तो शायद ये गुत्थी सुलझ जाएगी, लेकिन अब ये सुलझने के बजाय और उलझती जा रही है। पुलिस की 18 टीमें काम कर रही हैं, ऐसी जानकारी मिली कि 18 टीमें हैं और डीसीपी मॉनिटरिंग कर रहे हैं और एसआईटी का गठन भी किया गया। उसके बाद एक एक कर तमाम चीजें सामने आ रही है। जिस रास्ते से अंजलि को घसीटा गया था, उस पूरे रास्ते में सीसीटीवी को खंगाला जा रहा है। जो आरोपी हैं उनके घर के आसपास के सीसीटीवी को खंगाला जा रहा है और एक एक करके कई सीसीटीवी अब सामने आ रहे हैं। आज आपने देखा दीपक का वो सीसीटीवी फुटेज सामने आया जिसमें वो बातचीत करता नजर आया था। उसके बाद कई सवाल और उठ रहे थे कि आखिर ये पूरा प्लान कैसे, क्या है। घर, निधि के घर के बाहर हम खड़े हैं, आप देखिए यही वो घर है और ये तीन फ्लोर का घर है। देखिए 2 फ्लोर ऊपर है, नीचे ग्राउंड फ्लोर और ऊपर के फ्लोर में किराएदार हैं। निधि खुद अकेले नीचे रहती थी, निधि की स्कूटियां हैं, यही स्कूटी उठा के वो यहां से जाती थी। लेकिन आज सबसे बड़ी हैरानी वाली बात थी कि हम सुबह से यहां लगे हुए थे और हम सुबह से यहां खड़े थे कि शायद कोई आएगा, लेकिन जो जानकारी मिली थी निधि यहां नहीं थी, ऐसा बताया गया था। मोहल्ले वाले कह रहे थे कि पुलिस यहां तैनात थी और देर रात भी पुलिस आई थी। हो सकता है निधि को पुलिस लेकर यहां से गई हो, लेकिन सुबह से हमने आके कई बार दरवाजा ठकठकाया, नॉक किया, लेकिन अंदर से कोई जवाब नहीं आया। हमें भी ये लगा कि शायद निधि यहां नहीं है, लेकिन जैसे पुलिस का कांस्टेबल आता है, दरवाजा खुलता है, अंदर से निधि बाहर आती हैं और मास्क लगाए हुए थे वो पूरा, निधि ने स्कार्फ से मुंह ढका हुआ था। उसके बाद निधि को पुलिस दूसरे रास्ते से लेकर जाती है, रास्ते से लेकर गई और आगे जिप से इंतजार करती है निधि का। हालांकि हमने बहुत पूछने की कोशिश की कि निधि कुछ कहना चाहती है, आखिर क्या है सत्या की गुत्थी के पीछे का सच क्या है, आप झूठ बोल रही हैं, तमाम तरह के सवाल हमने उनसे पूछे, लेकिन निधि ने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। पुलिस का कांस्टेबल मीडिया से बचाते हुए उसे आगे लेकर गया। हमारी कोशिश बहुत थी कि हम निधि से किसी तरह बातचीत कर ले, लेकिन निधि ने कुछ नहीं कहा, बाकायदा कई बार रुक भी गई, लेकिन उसके बावजूद निधि ने कुछ नहीं कहा। अब पुलिस की टीम उसे यहां से लेकर गई है और जाहिर तौर पर उससे पूछताछ होगी। कई सवाल और खड़े हो रहे हैं, कई गुत्थियां और उलझ रही थी, अब उस पर सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं और कहा जा रहा है कि शायद अब इन सवालों के जवाब निधि के बयान से लिया जाएगा। निधि का सच सामने आ सकता है अगर और पूछताछ की जाएगी। जो जानकारी मिल रही है, निधि को पुलिस लेकर यहां से चली गई है और अब उससे एक बार फिर पूछताछ की जाएगी या फिर कहीं और किसी और जगह पर।
All right, so that of course was our correspondent on the ground who was giving us more details in terms of the fact that the main witness in this case has been taken by the police this morning. News is coming in. We are learning that a trainee plane has crashed in Rewa in Madhya Pradesh. The plane has crashed into a temple over there. We are learning that the pilot and the trainee pilot who were in that plane were injured. The mishap took place early this morning and the flight was a training flight, according to the Rewa SP Navneet Bhasin. The aircraft, of course, had crashed into a temple in Madhya Pradesh's Rewa. A pilot has died in this mishap. We are going to go across to Satyavijay in just a bit to give us more details on to what happened. We are given to understand that reports seem to suggest that the accident occurred due to heavy fog. This is from an academy. This plane, of course, belonged to a training academy that's situated nearby, and the aircraft collided into a temple in that area, and unfortunately one person has lost his life. The pilot was taken to hospital, but we are learning that he succumbed to his injuries in the hospital. Satyavijay is joining us on the phone line. Satyavijay, good morning. Give us more details as to what happened.
जी हाँ, देखिए, मध्य प्रदेश के रीवा में कल देर रात बड़ा हादसा हुआ है। जो ट्रेनिंग प्लेन होता है वो हादसा का शिकार हुआ है, क्योंकि कोहरे की वजह से ये हादसा बताया जा रहा है, जिसमें कि जो प्लेन है वो क्रैश हुआ है। बताया ये जा रहा है, एसपी रीवा का कहना है कि क्योंकि कोहरा था और जो प्लेन है वो काफी ज्यादा ऊंचाई पर नहीं था, और जब वो हवा में था तो इस दौरान मंदिर के गुंबद से टकराकर वो क्षतिग्रस्त हुआ, और इस हादसे में जो मुख्य पायलट हैं उनकी डेथ हुई है, और जो को पायलट था, जो ट्रेनिंग पायलट था, उसका अभी रीवा के जिला अस्पताल में इलाज चल रहा है। घटनाक्रम पर पूरी तरह से विवेचना करने के लिए एसपी रीवा, कलेक्टर रीवा मौके पर पहुंचे थे। उन्होंने पूरे घटनाक्रम का जायजा लिया और संबंधित जो विभाग है उनको भी पूरे घटनाक्रम की जानकारी दी है। जो मृतक पायलट हैं वो बिहार के रहने वाले बताए जा रहे हैं। जो मुख्य पायलट थे जो कि ट्रेनिंग पायलट को ट्रेनिंग दे रहे थे, और इसी दौरान रात में करीब 12 से 1 के बीच जब ये प्लेन जो है वो हवा में था, कोहरे की वजह से ज़्यादा ऊंचाई पर नहीं था, और इस दौरान अचानक वो एक पेड़ से टकराया, और पेड़ से टकराने के बाद अनियंत्रित होने के बाद वहीं पर स्थित एक मंदिर के गुंबद से टकराकर ये जो प्लेन है वो क्षतिग्रस्त हुआ। हालांकि इसमें सिर्फ एक मुख्य पायलट की डेथ हुई है, लेकिन वहां पर मौके पर मौजूद लोगों का कहना है कि अगर ये प्लेन जो है मंदिर के गुंबद से नहीं टकराता और वहां पर जो स्थानीय लोगों के घरों पर गिरता तो बड़ा हादसा हो सकता था। लेकिन अभी फिलहाल एक ही डेथ है, जो मुख्य पायलट है उनकी मौत हुई है। बाकी जो ट्रेनी पायलट है उसकी हालत गंभीर है, उसका रीवा के अस्पताल में इलाज जारी है।
All right, so that's the latest that we are getting from Satyavijay, that the trainee pilot is still undergoing treatment in a hospital in Rewa. Satyavijay, we were also hearing that perhaps it was due to fog that this plane actually crashed.
देखिए, जो घटनाक्रम है वो देर रात का है। एक जो कंपनी है जो कि पायलट बनाने के लिए ट्रेनिंग देती है, उस कंपनी का ये प्लान था, और इसमें चूँकि जो घटनाक्रम है वो रात में हुआ, और इसकी विवेचना के लिए पुलिस की टीम तो है। साथ ही साथ चूँकि जो वजह मुख्य तौर पर सामने आई है, जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि कोहरा मुख्य वजह है। काफ़ी ऊंचाई पर ये प्लेन नहीं जा पाया था, कोहरे की वजह से नीचे था, और इसी दौरान पहले एक पेड़ से टकराता, और पेड़ से टकराने के बाद मंदिर वहाँ पर एक स्थित था जिसके गुंबद से टकराकर ये हादसा हुआ है। और इसकी फर्दर जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है उसके लिए जो बाकी जो अथॉरिटी हैं पुलिस के अलावा उनको जानकारी दे दी गई है, जो घटनाक्रम की आगे की जानकारी करेंगे कि आखिर अगर मौसम ख़राब था या कोहरा इतना ज़्यादा था तो क्यों जो मुख्य पायलट हैं जो कि ट्रेनिंग दे रहे थे वो क्यों इस ख़राब मौसम में भी ट्रेनिंग जो है प्रशिक्षु पायलट को दी जा रही थी, जिससे ये हादसा हुआ। इन सब एंगल्स पर अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन की जाना है।
All right, so Satyavijay bringing us all those details on this accident that took place last night. We are told that one pilot unfortunately has lost his life, and the trainee pilot is still undergoing treatment. This accident took place when the plane actually crashed into a temple over there. And here's a quick look at what else is making news this morning. Actor Sunil Shetty met with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai to talk about the film opportunities in Uttar Pradesh. During the visit, the actor mentioned about anti-Bollywood trends on social media and reportedly sought the help from the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. He also assured him that 99% of the people in the industry are not involved with narcotics.
ये पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अच्छा भी बहुत काम कर चुके हैं। हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है, मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में में रहा हूँ। तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलकर उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है।
In the Shraddha Walkar death case, the accused Aftab Poonawalla will be produced before a Saket court in New Delhi today. The Delhi police will soon record the statement of the crew members in connection with the Air India incident that took place on the 26th of November. According to sources, Air India's crew members and pilots who are currently in Mumbai have been asked to appear before the police as well. 10 days after the shocking incident of November 24, when a man urinated on an elderly woman passenger aboard the New York-New Delhi flight. Another incident of a drunk male passenger allegedly urinating on a female passenger's blanket was reported on the Paris-New Delhi sector, but there was no penal action taken against the passenger as he gave in a written apology. News just coming in. We are now learning that the Enforcement Directorate has moved the Bombay High Court seeking the cancellation of bail that has been granted to Sanjay Raut. The ED has sought urgent hearing in this application. So this is the latest that we are getting right now in this case. With regards to the Patra Chawla case, the Enforcement Directorate has now moved the Bombay High Court. Alicia has more details on this. Alicia, tell us more, please.
Look at the Patra Chawla case where Bombay High Court has already granted bail to Sanjay Raut in the same case who was arrested by Enforcement Directorate. But now ED has a move application before the Bombay High Court seeking cancellation bail that has been granted to Sanjay Raut, and ED also seeks urgent hearing. Even earlier, where the Enforcement Directorate has filed the same application cancelling the bail that has been granted to Sanjay Raut to the Sessions Court, but that application has been it was dismissed by the special PMLA court. And now where the Enforcement Directorate has already moved the Bombay High Court, while Sanjay Raut is already on bail. He was granted bail by Bombay High Court on 9th of November, and after which now the ED is seeking cancellation of bail and also seeks that the court should hear the matter at the earliest.
All right. So obviously trouble mounting for Sanjay Raut in that sense, Alicia.
Well, that is something going to come from the hearing, because there is many of the involvement of Sanjay Raut that has been witnessed even in the special PMLA court when Sanjay Raut was arrested, and many of the things that has been put forward specifically in terms of documents and evidences that have been put forward, and specifically Sanjay Raut who has an influential person, and that has also been mentioned in the same application that has been filed by Enforcement Directorate, clearly asking to cancel the bail of Sanjay Raut.
All right. Alicia Nair reporting on this. Thank you for joining us. So as Alicia Nair is reporting on this, the Enforcement Directorate, of course, has moved the Bombay High Court seeking cancellation of bail that has been granted for Sanjay Raut in the Patra Chawla case. We are also given to understand that the ED has sought urgent hearing in the application. All right, so in the Patra Chawla case, there seems to be movement from the ED side. They have moved the Bombay High Court for cancellation of the bail that was granted to Sanjay Raut. You are watching Republic TV, and after we raised our voice, the Delhi police has identified the Air India crew and interrogated them.
I am Suesha Sawant reporting from New Delhi. This is Republic.
And a quick check of the other top stories we're tracking for you this morning. In the Delhi hit and run case, 5 accused are to be produced in Rohini court. Earlier, the court on January 2nd had granted 3-day police custody to all the accused. Delhi police personnel, including those from the PCR unit, will be questioned as part of the inquiry in the Delhi hit and run case. The inquiry will be looking into all standard operating procedures and what not was followed by the police. Supreme Court will be hearing petitions challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's decision ordering the state authorities to remove encroachments from railway land in Haldwani's Banbhulpura area. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari is likely to inspect the work going on in the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway today. Gadkari is also scheduled to conduct an aerial inspection since the expressway is likely to be opened before the assembly polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to flag off BJP Rath Yatra in Tripura today. Now, according to sources, 50,000 BJP workers at both places are expected to be present. This is seen as a big move by the BJP ahead of the assembly elections. Main accused in the Uttarakhand murder case of Ankita Bhandari, where Pulkit Arya has given a list of 6 questions which he wants to be asked to him during his narco test. That is scheduled for today. The case pertains to the death of the 19-year-old Ankita Bhandari, whose body was recovered, from the Chilla Canal in Rishikesh on the 24th of September. In a shocking video from RK Nagar constituency in Chennai, DMK MLA Ebenezer is found inspecting a water pump where a corporation worker is forced to clean the blockage in the ditch using his bare hands. A man belonging to the SC community was forced in front of an MLA while manual scavenging is prohibited in the country. A drunk man urinated on a woman co-passenger in the business class of an Air India flight in November and left without facing any action. Weeks after the incident, DGCA has sought a report from the airline. Meanwhile, NCW has also taken cognizance of the incident on the Air India flight commission and sought report within 7 days. Bihar police arrested a madrasa teacher from Nevada for allegedly making obscene videos of minor students and blackmailing them. The incident came to light after a girl student lodged a complaint at the Kavakol police station, after which the accused was arrested. BJP President JP Nadda will start his 2-day visit to Karnataka from today onwards and is scheduled to attend several public programs and organizational meetings. He is also likely to participate in BJP's Shakti Kendra meeting in Tumkur.
And in other international news, it's an attempt to root out corruption, and the Philippines Interior Secretary has now asked all police generals and full colonels to submit their courtesy resignation to clean the ranks of ties to illegal drugs. More than a dozen police officers were arrested or relieved from their posts and put under investigation last year for their involvement or suspected involvement in the drug trade.
It is a massive Republic campaign impact from civil aviation to Delhi police. All take note of the Air India airborne pervert case. After Republic raises its voice, Delhi police identifies the Air India crew, interrogates them for 2 hours. Delhi police writes to the Bureau of Immigration to issue a lookout notice against airborne offender. 6th accused in the Delhi hit and run case arrested. Cops arrest owner of the Baleno car. Boycott Bollywood trend strikes panic in Bollywood. Sunil Shetty seeks Yogi Adityanath's help, says some rotten apples at fault. An earthquake with an epicenter in Afghanistan jolted Kashmir late last evening. Tremors were felt across North India. Very good morning once again, and thank you for tuning in. You're watching the news at 11:30. I'm Suesha Sawant, and we are getting you the latest update in the Delhi hit and run case, where the victim's friend Nidhi, who has been giving mixed versions so far, has now been taken to the police station for interrogation. Republic also tried to get a word from her. We'll play out that entire sequence, but remember, her version has not added up. She had claimed that Anjali was drunk that night when they got onto that scooty, but none of that mentioned in the post-mortem report. Also, several other claims of her not having a mobile phone, but the CCTV footage put out the truth on that. So while her versions do not add up, the Delhi police had yesterday also conducted a news conference saying that they wonder why Nidhi had not reported the matter. Now, this is that entire sequence of when Republic tried to get a word from her. Remember, she has been taken to the police station to join the investigation, as she is now being interrogated, especially on her version and what really had happened. Let's listen into this entire sequence.
निधि 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 है निधि 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 एक मिनट निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ प्लीज कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि है घर में थे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं निधि निधि दौड़ रही है निधि 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 देखिए निधि थी निधि कुछ कहना है निधि 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 को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है देखिए ये तस्वीरें में आप निधि 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 है निधि 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 एक मिनट निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ प्लीज कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि है घर में थे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि 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 है निधि 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 एक मिनट
Details of the interrogation. Anup, if you can hear me, give us details of what is it for Nidhi now, as the police says that she's a witness in the case, but her versions have not added up.
निधि की तरफ से कि उस दिन हम दोनों के बीच झगड़ा नहीं हुआ था, क्योंकि सीसीटीवी में ऐसा लग रहा था कि दोनों के बीच थोड़ी बहस हो रही थी, झगड़ा नहीं था। वो झगड़ा इस बात को लेकर हमारी बहस हो रही थी क्योंकि अंजलि ने ड्रिंक ज्यादा कर रखा था, बहुत ज्यादा शराब पी रखी थी, तो मैं कह रही थी कि गाड़ी मैं चलाऊंगा। लेकिन सवाल ये उठता है कि पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में इस बात का खुलासा हो गया था कि अंजलि ने शराब नहीं पी थी, तो आखिर निधि ने ऐसा झूठ क्यों बोला, निधि झूठ क्यों बोल रही है, क्या किसी के दबाव में, ये बातें खुलकर सामने आ रही थी। उसके बाद देखिए जो आरोपी पकड़े गए थे उनके बयानों में भी अलग अलग विरोधाभास सामने आ रहे थे। इसके बाद निधि संदेह के घेरे में आती है, कई सवाल उससे पूछे जा रहे थे और बाकायदा निधि देखिए इसी घर में रहती थी। हम सुबह से यहाँ मुस्तैद थे, सुबह से तैयारी में थे, कोशिश कर रहे थे कि अगर निधि हो तो बातचीत हम करें उससे, लेकिन निधि अंदर थी और किसी को पता नहीं था कि निधि अंदर है। लेकिन इसके बावजूद हम यहाँ यहाँ पर डटे रहे। हमें लगा कि शायद पुलिस आए या फिर कोई आए तो शायद कोई जानकारी मिल पाए, लेकिन निधि अंदर थी। ये दरवाजा खुला था, अंदर वाला जो ग्रिल है लोहे का वो बंद था, उसके अंदर वाला दरवाजा भी खुला था। इसके थोड़ी देर बाद देखिए, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले जब एक पुलिस का कांस्टेबल यहाँ आता है तो हम भी थोड़े चौकन्ने हो जाते हैं कि आखिर पुलिस का कांस्टेबल जब निधि नहीं है तो यहाँ क्यों आया है। उसके बाद हम जब पुलिस के साथ साथ आते हैं तो पुलिस का जो कांस्टेबल है अंदर जाता है तो हमें ताज्जुब होता है कि अंदर कोई था, निधि का कोई भाई है रिश्ते में, वो अंदर है। और उसके बाद जानकारी मिली कि निधि अचानक अंदर से बाहर आती हैं। मुंह पे स्कार्फ लगाया हुआ था निधि ने, और उसके बाद हम लोगों ने कई सवाल पूछे निधि से, सवाल पूछने की कोशिश की कि निधि क्या आप झूठ बोल रही हैं, निधि आखिर क्या बात है, कुछ बोलना चाहेंगी। निधि ने कुछ नहीं कहा। पुलिस वाला बाकायदा प्रोटेक्ट करते हुए वो इस गली से उसे लेकर बाहर निकलता है, और बाहर निकलने के बाद पुलिस की जिप्सी पहले से तैयार थी, यानी पूरी प्लानिंग पुलिस की थी कि मीडिया वालों से बचाकर निधि को लेकर यहां से जाया जाएगा, क्योंकि तरह तरह के सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं। निधि का जो बयान सामने आया था उसके बाद कई तरह से संदेह के घेरे में निधि फिर आ रही थी। अलग अलग बयान, अलग अलग बातें, और उससे मैच खाती कोई भी चीज नजर नहीं आ रही थी। इसके बाद पुलिस यहां से उसे लेकर तो गई है, कहां लेकर गई है इसकी पूरी पुख्ता जानकारी नहीं मिल पाई, लेकिन एक बार फिर निधि से पूछताछ की जाएगी। आप लोग आसपास रहते हैं, यहाँ आसपास रहते हैं आप लोग, आप यहीं पे रहते हैं, पीछे रहते हैं। देखिए आसपास के लोग हैं लेकिन कुछ बोलने को तैयार नहीं है। और निधि को लेकर ये भी सवाल उठ रहे हैं कि निधि जो है इस घर में अकेले रहती थी, आखिर क्या वजह थी कि अपने मां से अलग रहती थी। ये मकान जो अभी 1.5 महीने पहले निधि ने खुद लिया था, 16 से 17 लाख रुपए इसकी कीमत बताई जा रही है, और निधि यहाँ अकेले रहती थी। यहाँ के आसपास के लोगों का यह कहना है कि निधि सुबह यहाँ से निकलती थी तो रात को 11, साढ़े 11 बजे वापस आती थी। और ये भी जानकारी मिली कि कई दिनों तक निधि वापस नहीं भी आती थी। क्या करती थी निधि ये कोई नहीं जानता है, लेकिन परिवार के जो लोग हैं, उसकी मां जो है उनकी तरफ से कहा जा रहा था कि निधि ने बताया था कि वो ब्यूटी पार्लर में काम करती है। लेकिन संदेह इस बात से ज्यादा हो रहा है कि निधि ने जो बयान दिया, जो मृतका अंजलि है उसे लेकर जो बयान दिया, उससे मैच नहीं खा रहा है, क्योंकि पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट कुछ और कह रही है, निधि कुछ और कह रही है। तो सवाल यही उठ रहा है कि आखिर निधि झूठ बोल रही है या फिर किसी के दबाव में काम कर रही है। यही नहीं, निधि के ऊपर धमकी देने का भी बड़ा आरोप लगा था। जी हाँ, निधि को आए हुए 1-1.5 महीने से ज्यादा यह नहीं हुआ। पास का एक निशांत नाम का एक लड़का जो था उसने शायद बताया कि निधि सुबह उसने निधि को देखा था। इस बात से निधि ने निशांत को बाकायदा फोन करके धमकी दी, और निशांत बाकायदा पुलिस के पास भी गया और कहा कि मुझे निधि से जान का खतरा है। उसके बाद निशांत भी यहाँ नहीं है, निशांत शायद अपने घर चला गया या फिर पुलिस ने उसे भी पूछताछ के लिए बुलाया, इस बात का पता नहीं चल पाया। लेकिन निधि से लगातार अब सवाल पूछे जाएंगे और जो अनसुलझी गुत्थी है उसे सुलझाने की कोशिश की जाएगी।
All right, I hope they're getting us details as he tried to get a word from Nidhi, who has now been taken to the police station. Remember, she's a witness in this case, and that is exactly what the Delhi police has said. But her versions have not added up. And this becomes extremely crucial in this investigation, as she was the one who was privy to everything that happened that night. Why did she lie is the biggest question. Because after this horrific hit and run case, was Nidhi with Anjali that night? And was she there at the time of the accident? She said that she was also hurt, but that had never happened because she walked normally to her house, and the CCTV tape gave out all the details. Also, she said that her phone got damaged in that accident, but that also never happened because she had her mobile phone when she reached home, and in fact, she was looking for a charger. She said that Anjali was in an inebriated state. She was drunk when they had left from that Oyo facility, and when both of them were on the scooty. And in fact, the brawl between the two was also because Anjali was drunk and Nidhi wanted to drive. But that was also not true because the postmortem report stated otherwise. So a lot of questions that Nidhi now has to answer. And the other big story Republic is tracking, it is the result of the Republic campaign on the Air India urination story that has created a big impact. Republic is at Shankar Mishra's residence, the man who urinated on the elderly woman on that New York-Delhi Air India flight. He lives in Kurla. Republic is the only channel to have tracked down his residence and actually reach his doorstep. Remember, he has been absconding as the Delhi police is looking for him, and a team that has already reached Mumbai. The man changed his WhatsApp status. He said that mistakes don't define us, they refine us. Clearly, he's wanting to get away with it, and that is exactly what he had attempted from the word go when he forced the Air India staffers to settle the matter with the victim, and Air India also brokering a deal for the same, of which a lot of questions have been asked to Air India. But I want to cut across to Sandeep. Sandeep, you're outside Shankar Mishra's residence. You've tracked down all the details. The man is missing, but now a lookout notice against him, as has been said to the Bureau of Immigration, also the Delhi police team in Mumbai looking out for him. What more can you tell us?
Yes, Swesha, as you rightly mentioned, the Delhi police team is in Mumbai, and they will be in fact verifying his detail and the address that they have got. But initially, this is the place where his bungalow is located in Mumbai, and in fact, at this point of time, as you can see, there's no one, but a car is out here, and this car is in fact registered under the name of Shankar Mishra. Now we'll try to check whether he's still there inside or not. We'll check whether he responds to our questions, whether he's still there or not, because it is very much important at this point of time. I'm ringing the bell out here. I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV. शंकर मिश्रा, अगर आप मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हैं, आप दरवाजा खोलेंगे? शंकर मिश्रा जी, Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, Mr. Mishra, are you there inside? Mr. Mishra, Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV? So, as you can see, no one is in fact responding, and we are trying to in fact ring the bell. We are here to check whether he's still inside there or not, but at this point of time, no one is responding out here. Although Delhi police is expected any time from now, and will have to see whether Delhi police will be able to in fact come here, or whether to locate him inside or not, whether his statement is being recorded or not, whether he's nabbed or not. But at this point of time, initially we have just exclusively got this detail of Shankar Mishra, the accused, the creep who in fact urinated in the Air India flight. Remember, Republic TV is running a campaign, and we have been giving minute-to-minute update in this case. And in fact, as far as the FIR is concerned, if you go through with the FIR clearly mentions about the sections that has been in fact pressed against the creep Shankar Mishra. IPC sections 294, 394, 509, 510. This has been in fact pressed against Mishra, but at this point of time, Delhi police is unable to in fact locate him, but they are carrying multiple searches across country, be it Uttar Pradesh, be it Maharashtra. At this point of time, initially they have got this location, but we are also expecting that Delhi police officials may come anytime soon here and may in fact verify his address, and they will also in fact try to connect Shankar Mishra. In fact, I will also try to call Shankar Mishra, the accused. I have his number, and remember the status, and the status. Remember the status. Remember the status that he had in fact put out. He had put out. Samir, roll this. I'm trying to connect Shankar Mishra. I'm trying to connect Shankar Mishra. Put the phone on speakers. The phone is ringing. Shankar Mishra is not responding. Viewers, Shankar Mishra, the accused, the creep, who urinated and in fact is not responding. He's not responding and in fact will go inside again. We'll try to speak. So back to back update on the Air India creep. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
This is Shivangi Shukla reporting from Delhi NCR, and this is Republic.
First of all, for past 2 months, there have been various issues which has been popping up in Tamil Nadu. That is from BJP only. Okay. And sincerely, I would like to only question in which way Annamalai has supported any woman. In which way he has supported. Be it there was a audio leak with Daisy Charan and Trichy Surya. He actually made a compromise and he actually suspended the person, Trichy Surya. But it just vanished away. The problem, he did not accept his resignation. Basically, he's a habitual offender, Trichy Surya. And he's not only done that to one person, he's done it to Alish Abdullah, which also came in the same month. Yes. And then she has also openly came out to the press and told that, the person is spoken very badly. And he's apparently very close aide of Annamalai. Now, today, he's saying that I will not accept his resignation. And in which way is he voicing out for women? When he has actually openly spoken about me in front of 150 people, speaking about Dubai in a very absurd way, in abusive way, inducing a very wrong idea about a woman, especially me. And then now, he doesn't even have an answer to come out. He doesn't have an answer. Recently, I just saw a interview where press meet. He's saying that let Gayatri Raghuram put more allegation on me, so I will become famous, popular. So people will talk about me. So is he using me as for his popular agenda? So women are. So he cannot answer a women's question for the abusive comment he had made, but he wants to keep me as a agenda to make this issue as a popular. And how absurd is that? Which leader would come say something like that?
And a quick check of the other top stories we're tracking for you this morning. In the Delhi hit and run case, 5 accused are to be produced in Rohini court. Earlier, the court on January 2nd had granted 3-day police custody to all the accused. Delhi police personnel, including those from the PCR unit, will be questioned as part of the inquiry in the Delhi hit and run case. The inquiry will be looking into all standard operating procedures and what not was followed by the police. Supreme Court will be hearing petitions challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's decision ordering the state authorities to remove encroachments from railway land in Haldwani's Banbhulpura area. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari is likely to inspect the work going on in the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway today. Gadkari is also scheduled to conduct an aerial inspection since the expressway is likely to be opened before the assembly polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to flag off BJP Rath Yatra in Tripura today. Now, according to sources, 50,000 BJP workers at both places are expected to be present. This is seen as a big move by the BJP ahead of the assembly elections.
And we are cutting across to these pictures of ruckus that has been reported in the MCD house, where the Aam Aadmi Party is raising slogans It is an Aam Aadmi Party versus BJP fight where the AAP is also blaming the Congress for siding the BJP. Let's listen in.
And in other international news, it's an attempt to root out corruption, and the Philippines Interior Secretary has now asked all police generals and full colonels to submit their courtesy resignation to clean the ranks of ties to illegal drugs. More than a dozen police officers were arrested or relieved from their posts and put under investigation last year for their involvement or suspected involvement in the drug trade. Myanmar's ruling military on Thursday freed mass prisoners, including some political detainees, to mark the 75th anniversary of independence of the country from Britain. The military government said it was pardoning 7,012 prisoners, along with a partial commutation of the sentences of other inmates not convicted of serious crime. Iranian chess player Sara Khadim has received multiple phone calls threatening and warning her from Iran not to return home. Sara was told not to return as she competed at the international tournament in Kazakhstan without a hijab amid nationwide protests against the hijab in Iran. Unauthorized use of mobile phones by Russian soldiers have led to the deadly Ukrainian rocket attack in Makivka on January 1st, raising the death toll to 89. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Moscow is planning a full-scale mobilization to launch a major offensive. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said on Wednesday that his main policy challenges this year will be wage increases, investment promotion and childcare support. Kishida will be visiting Washington, D.C. for talks with President Joe Biden to underscore the strength of the Japan-US alliance. The Israeli army demolished 5 homes, water tanks and olive orchards in 2 Palestinian villages in the southern West Bank. The residents are at risk of imminent expulsion. Most residents of the area have remained in place since the ruling, even as Israeli security forces periodically roll in to demolish structures. Schools remain closed in Tehran amid several other cities on Wednesday as severe air pollution continued to hit Iran. Thick smog blanketed the capital for more than a week, prompting authorities to urge residents to stay at home. The air pollution index has now touched 162. The U.S. military has dismissed China's accusation that a U.S. spy plane engaged in dangerous maneuvers against a Chinese Navy fighter jet over the South China Sea on the 21st of December, maintaining that it was a Chinese fighter jet that had caused the 2 aircraft to nearly collide. A new U.S. Congress was sworn in on Tuesday, where 7 fresh faces joined the ranks of the 100-member Senate. 5 Republicans and 2 Democrats became lawmakers in the upper chamber of the U.S. legislature, and Democrats continue control by a narrow margin. A large crowd lined the streets of Santos as the coffin of Brazilian soccer great Pelé, who was transported through the city on Tuesday before his burial went through. Pelé was buried in the city where he grew up and helped make a global capital of the sport.
Pictures coming in of the ruckus at the Civic Center before the commencement of voting for the Delhi mayor elections, where the oath-taking ceremony of councillors is soon to start. But the Congress saying that they will stage a walkout and not help anyone. Aam Aadmi Party blaming the Congress of wanting to benefit the BJP, a massive face-off between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, and a three-way fight that you witness at the Civic House before the Delhi mayor elections and the voting that is set to begin. Listen in. And a quick check of the other top stories we're tracking for you this morning. In the Delhi hit and run case, 5 accused are to be produced in Rohini court. Earlier, the court on January 2nd had granted 3-day police custody to all the accused. Delhi police personnel, including those from the PCR unit, will be questioned as part of the inquiry in the Delhi hit and run case. The inquiry will be looking into all standard operating procedures and what not was followed by the police. Supreme Court will be hearing petitions challenging the Uttarakhand High Court's decision ordering the state authorities to remove encroachments from railway land in Haldwani's Banbhulpura area. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari is likely to inspect the work going on in the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway today. Gadkari is also scheduled to conduct an aerial inspection since the expressway is likely to be opened before the assembly polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to flag off BJP Rath Yatra in Tripura today. Now, according to sources, 50,000 BJP workers at both places are expected to be present. This is seen as a big move by the BJP ahead of the assembly elections. Main accused in the Uttarakhand murder case of Ankita Bhandari, where Pulkit Arya has given a list of 6 questions which he wants to be asked to him during his narco test. That is scheduled for today. The case pertains to the death of the 19-year-old Ankita Bhandari, whose body was recovered, from the Chilla Canal in Rishikesh on the 24th of September. In a shocking video from RK Nagar constituency in Chennai, DMK MLA Ebenezer is found inspecting a water pump where a corporation worker is forced to clean the blockage in the ditch using his bare hands. A man belonging to the SC community was forced in front of an MLA while manual scavenging is prohibited in the country. A drunk man urinated on a woman co-passenger in the business class of an Air India flight in November and left without facing any action. Weeks after the incident, DGCA has sought a report from the airline. Meanwhile, NCW has also taken cognizance of the incident on the Air India flight commission and sought report within 7 days. Bihar police arrested a madrasa teacher from Nevada for allegedly making obscene videos of minor students and blackmailing them.
Right, so pictures that you are seeing on your screens right now are of the ruckus that has taken place inside the house, as the presiding officer in fact invited the Alderman Manoj Kumar to take oath first. Now the Aam Aadmi Party councillors shouted slogans and tried to disrupt the proceedings of the house. So as you can see in these pictures, there appears to be an altercation of sorts between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. There was a scuffle also, we are given to understand, between the councillors of both political parties, and we are given to understand that it actually started off when the presiding officer actually invited the Alderman Manoj Kumar to take oath first. We are told that BJP leaders Pravesh Verma, Gautam Gambhir and Ramveer Singh Bidhuri are all inside are inside where this ruckus is taking place. So this of course is on expected lines in terms that we have seen the sharpening of knives between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party over this issue. So sloganeering and a ruckus that is currently on inside the House. Let's listen into reactions that we are now getting to this.
देखिए, मेयर के चुनाव के अंदर तो डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन होता है और आम आदमी पार्टी के 134 पार्षद हैं, भाजपा के 104 हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि इस इलेक्शन में मेयर जो है आम आदमी पार्टी की बनेगी, डिप्टी मेयर भी आम आदमी पार्टी के बनेंगे। मगर जो दूसरा चुनाव है, जो कि एक बड़ा अहम चुनाव है जो आज होने जा रहा है, वो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव है, जिसके अंदर प्रेफरेंशियल वोटिंग होती है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सबसे बेहतर तरीका, द बेस्ट के सिनेरियो ये था कि कांग्रेस के काउंसलर्स वॉकआउट कर जाएं, क्योंकि जैसे ही कांग्रेस के पार्षद वॉकआउट करते हैं, हाउस ऐसी स्थिति में आ जाता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के अंदर अपना कब्जा कर पाएगी। ये बड़ी अजीब बात है कि जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बेस्ट केस सिनेरियो था वो कांग्रेस कर रही है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले दिन से कह रही थी कि उनकी कांग्रेस से बातचीत हो गई है। और दूसरी एक बात बताता हूं आपको, जहां पे प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर आम आदमी पार्टी का बनना था, एलजी साहब दखल करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बना रहे हैं। मगर वहीं पे हज कमेटी के अंदर कांग्रेस की पार्षदा नाजिया दानिश जो ओखला से आती हैं, उनको भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एलजी साहब ने हज कमेटी में नॉमिनेट किया है। ये आज फाइल आई है हमारे पास। इसका मतलब कांग्रेस का और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का लेन देन शुरू हो गया, सेटिंग शुरू हो गई। कांग्रेस के मुस्लिम पार्षदों को भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एलजी पोस्ट बांट रहे हैं, और कांग्रेस भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मदद करने के लिए हाउस से आज वॉकआउट करेगी। तो ये खुली सेटिंग जो आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी और कांग्रेस के बीच में दिखी है, ये आज सारा देश देखेगा। और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि आज कांग्रेस पूरी तरीके से एक्सपोज हो गई है।
So that, of course, was Saurabh Bhardwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party alleging that there has been a sort of understanding between the Congress and the BJP. Pictures on your screen are of what's happening inside the House over there, with sloganeering being reported over there. Now, just to give our viewers a brief sense of what was supposed to happen today. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, had emerged victorious with 134 seats in the 250-member municipal house, which wants to have its leader as the mayor. Now, the three names that were in the running for the post of mayor were Shelley Oberoi, Ashu Thakur and from the AAP, and Rekha Gupta from the BJP. Now, the sloganeering, of course, this that is taking place now is after there was ruckus over the fact that the presiding officer actually invited the alderman Manoj Kumar to take oath first. The Aam Aadmi Party councillors took exception to this, and thereafter this kind of ruckus and chaos and sloganeering actually broke out inside the house. Even as we speak, we understand ruckus is still on, and we are going to try and go across to our correspondents to give us more details in terms of how they see this going forward. But of course, we have seen the sharpening of knives between the AAP and the BJP over this for some time now. I think let's go across to Piyush Mishra. Piyush, to begin with, give us more details in terms of what really happened. We understand that one of the aldermen was asked to take oath first, and that is what began this. Piyush, are you there with us? All right, we seem to have lost that audio connection with Piyush Mishra, but pictures on your screen are of sloganeering that's taking place, and I think there is a white paper sort of a protest. I don't know if anything is written on it yet, but high voltage drama being reported inside the house over there with leaders from the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party targeting each other. Let's listen into more reactions that we are getting.
देखिए वो तो रिजल्ट आएगा तो देखा जाएगा, पर फिलहाल हम सब सांसद भी हम दिल्ली के वोटर हैं मेयर के चुनाव में, और हम अपना मतदान का अधिकार प्रयोग करने आए हैं। हम सभी हंसराज हंस जी, प्रवेश जी, गौतम जी, रमेश जी, ऊपर हर्षवर्धन जी भी हैं, मीनाक्षी जी भी हैं, और हम सब अपने मतदान का प्रयोग करके एक लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था को बनाए रखने में मदद करेंगे।
All right, so these are pictures that we are getting for you. Of course, this commotion seems to continue even as we speak. Now, just to give you a gist of what we were expecting today, of course, today the mayor elections were supposed to take place, and we were expecting to see the first time that the whole city of Delhi would have one mayor. Do remember earlier the municipal corporation was divided into three, with each having its own mayor. It was unified, and a poll was held on the 4th of December. Thereafter, of course, we were supposed to see elections to take place today. Piyush Mishra on the phone line with us. Piyush, give us more details in terms of what really has set off this commotion and ruckus inside the house.
Well, absolutely, we are now seeing commotional ruckus inside the house. Well, absolutely, we are now seeing commotional ruckus inside the house. To speak on this, I am joined with BJP MP परवेश वर्मा सर. हम लोग देख रहे हैं लगातार अंदर जो है बहस हो रही है, झगड़ा हो रहा है. आम आदमी पार्टी ये कह रही है कि अब काउंसलर्स को शपथ नहीं दिया जा रहा है, वो नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, इस तरह के रोका जा रहा है उनको. क्या कहेंगे?
हाउस तो ठीक ही चल रहा था, मगर एकदम से आम आदमी पार्टी के लोगों ने आके झगड़ा करना शुरू किया, उससे हाउस अपना डिस्टर्ब हुआ.
नहीं, वो ये आरोप we are now seeing ruckus taking. Manoj Tiwari is also here. We'll try to get in a word from him too. Hansraj Hans can also be seen here. So ruckus is going on now. What Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that the councillors are not being allowed to take oath, and there are standing committee seats. Hansraj Hans is also here. Is also BJP MP. Sir, लगातार हम अंदर हंगामा दिख रहे हैं. क्या करना? आम आदमी पार्टी कह रही है कि जो काउंसलर्स हैं उनको शपथ नहीं लेने दिया जाए.
हंगामा नहीं, रौनक मेला ये हो जाएगा ठीक, नो प्रॉब्लम.
किस बात का हंगामा है सर?
पता नहीं किस बात का है.
यस सर.
देखिए, अगर अपना मनोनीत सदस्य पहले शपथ ले या चुने हुए ले, इससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता था, मगर आम आदमी पार्टी को लग रहा था कि उनका मेयर में हार होगी, इसलिए उन्होंने सारा झगड़ा किया. और वो जिस तरीके से आके उन्होंने कमिश्नर के पास जाके और अपना सत्या शर्मा जी के पास जाके वहाँ पे पूरे एक तरीके से गुंडागर्दी मचाई, तो ऐसा शोभा नहीं देता. दिल्ली वालों ने बहुत ही आपको उम्मीदों के साथ में चुनकर भेजा है, तो आप यहाँ पे वोटिंग होने दीजिए, उसके बाद में जो सारे सदस्य जिसको मेयर चुनेंगे वो माना जाएगा.
संजय सिंह ये कह रहे हैं कि एलजी ने कांग्रेस के काउंसलर को एक पद दे दिया है, उस वजह से कांग्रेस जो है वो सपोर्ट कर रही है बीजेपी का. तो कहीं ना कहीं कांग्रेस बीजेपी मिलकर आम आदमी पार्टी को.
अब देखिए, जब वो जीते थे उसके बाद वो इतना चिल्ला रहे थे, अभी उनको अपने पार्षदों पर भी भरोसा नहीं है कि उनके पार्षद किसको चुनेंगे, इसलिए उनको अपने पार्षदों पर अपना भरोसा रखना चाहिए. और यहाँ पे सदन को सबकी शपथ होनी चाहिए, उसके बाद में वोटिंग होनी चाहिए.
क्या स्थिति है? कितने कॉन्फिडेंट है आपकी आप लोग जीतेंगे?
देखिए, दिल्ली की जनता मेयर का इंतजार कर रही है. हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि हमारा उम्मीदवार बहुत अच्छा है, और यहाँ पर ऐसे ही होता है, यहाँ पर हमेशा अच्छे उम्मीदवार को चुना जाता है. तो हमारा उम्मीदवार अच्छा है, अनुभवी है, तो हमें पूरी आशा है कि वही मेयर बनेगा.
So BJP is very much confident that it is going to have its mayor in Delhi. Remember that when the elections took place of Delhi MCD, BJP was able to get 104 seats, and Aam Aadmi Party had bagged 134 seats. And today elections are taking place for mayor. It is also important to highlight that now Aam Aadmi Party is coming out and claiming that the councillors of Aam Aadmi Party are not being allowed to take oath. They are on the floor of the house, and that is why the ruckus is continuously taking place. We are also seeing as to how there's a massive congregation taking place. BJP workers have also come here. We are also seeing massive police deployment at a time when the elections, mayor elections are taking place. BJP is now claiming that that they have a very good candidate, and she is going to become the mayor here in National Capital. If you talk about Aam Aadmi Party, remember that Aam Aadmi Party is saying that what BJP is doing, it's unethical. It is now trying to take over the standing committee seats, and looking at that, BJP is now coming out and leveling allegations of corruption, and also Aam Aadmi Party in fact is saying that BJP and Congress are in hands in glove to defeat Aam Aadmi Party. We'll have to wait and watch how the elections further going to take place, but right now we are seeing commotion taking place not only there on the floor of the house but also outside the very venue where these elections are taking place. I would ask Anup to pan his camera and then show you more visuals, as CRPF has also been deployed here. Remember that today is a very important day where the elections for mayor and deputy mayor will take place. The candidate from Aam Aadmi Party is Shelley O'Brien, and the BJP has also come out with its candidate. Initially, BJP was of the view not to contest the elections, but now we are seeing as to how BJP has also jumped into the fray and is saying that it is also going to contest the elections, and is very much confident that BJP will have its mayor in National Capital. Not only mayor but also deputy mayor, but also the members of standing committee are going to be from BJP. This is what the BJP is claiming. We'll have to wait and watch how the elections are further going to take place. But as we are speaking, commotion is taking place there on the floor of the House. Nupur.
Piyush, explain to our viewers, how voting really takes place for the mayor's post. Now, one of the part, that everybody's been talking about is that there is no anti-defection law in place, and that is why anybody can vote for anyone. And perhaps that is how, the BJP appears so confident right now of being able to get its mayor.
Well, absolutely, and there's a process which is followed whenever you elect a mayor. After the elections of councillors, there's a day which is fixed for the mayor elections, and that is what today is. Today is the day when elections for mayor are going to take place, and the councillors elect mayor. They vote for mayor, and after that deputy mayor. And when the elections of mayor and deputy mayor takes place, then there is election of standing committee members. Any party which has got the maximum number of seats gets its mayor, but at the same time it is also important to understand that when elections take place, councillors can elect their mayor, be it from any political party, irrespective of any political party. Councillors can come out and vote for mayor. We are now seeing few developments taking place here. Let's try to hear in a voice from more member of parliaments who have come here. And like we were telling to our viewers that the councillors who are elected by the people of Delhi are the one who elect mayor, but any councillor can vote for, irrespective of any political party, can vote for his or her choice of mayor. So that's how the elections of mayor take place, and after the election of mayor, there is election of deputy mayor, and after that the members of standing committee are also elected. So today what Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their councillors are first not even being allowed to take oath, let about the mayor or deputy mayor. Manoj Tiwari is also here. Let me try to understand from him. Manoj Tiwari साहब, सुबह से हम देख रहे हैं किस तरह से हंगामा हो रहा है और अभी भी हंगामा चल रहा है. आम आदमी पार्टी अभी आरोप लगा रही है कि कांग्रेस की काउंसलर को एलजी साहब ने एक पद दे दिया है, उस वजह से कांग्रेस और बीजेपी साथ मिल गए आम आदमी पार्टी को हराने में. क्या कहेंगे आप?
ये जो भी सदन में हुआ है वो बहुत ही आपत्तिजनक है, निंदनीय है. आम आदमी पार्टी के लोगों ने पोडियम पे चढ़ के पोडियम तोड़ने की कोशिश की. जो अधिकारी और जो सत्या शर्मा जो पार्षद हैं, उनको जो संचालन करने की एक सदन की व्यवस्था दी गई थी, उनको मारने की कोशिश किए हैं. और उसके बाद ये लोग जो हंगामा किए हैं वो तो इन लोगों की नैतिक हार दिखा ही रहा है. लेकिन क्या जो पार्टी सत्ता में है, जो दिल्ली की सत्ता में है, जो निगम में भी सबसे ज्यादा सीट लेके है, क्या वो हार मान चुकी है? अब हिंसा का सहारा लेगी? और जो भी यहाँ व्यवस्था होती है, सबको सदन की व्यवस्था तो मैं नहीं जानता. सदन की व्यवस्था जो भी आज आयुक्त देगा, उसके बाद महापौर चुना जाएगा, फिर महापौर चलाएगा. तो आप महापौर तक जाने में क्यों डर लग रहा है आपको?
अच्छा, आप कितने कॉन्फिडेंट है कि बीजेपी का मेयर होगा?
नहीं, हम ये नहीं जानते, हम तो चुनाव के लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। लेकिन जो स्थिति है, जैसा डर इनके चेहरे पे दिख रहा है, इसका मतलब कि इनके पार्षद भी इनके साथ नहीं है।
क्या ऐसा आपको लग रहा है कि कुछ आम आदमी पार्टी के पार्षद हो सकता है कि बीजेपी के जो कैंडिडेट है उसके उनके लिए वोट करें?
भाई अभी यहाँ तो जिसको जहां मन करेगा वोट कर सकता है, तो वो तो हम नहीं जानते। लेकिन इनका जो हिंसा करने का हमने रवैया देखा, इसमें इनकी नैतिक हार तो दिख रही है। और जो पार्टी सत्ता में है, जो पार्टी के पार्षद सबसे ज्यादा हैं, वही हंगामा कर रहा है, पोडियम तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है। इसका मतलब कि कहीं ना कहीं आम आदमी पार्टी को डर है कि वो नहीं जीत पाएगी।
प्रश्न और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी मेंबर्स को लेकर भी आरोप लगाए जा रहे हैं कि उसके ऊपर कब्जा बीजेपी करना चाहती है और इसीलिए एक इंडिपेंडेंट मेयर को लाए और फिर कांग्रेस अब वॉकआउट भी कर रही है।
ये कोई प्लॉट थोड़ी है कि कब्जा कर लेगा कोई बदमाश आके। भैया ये लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया है, जो जिसको वोट देगा वो जीतेगा। इसमें कुछ भी जबरदस्ती थोड़ी हो सकता है और सदन के जो पार्षद डिसाइड करेंगे वो होगा।
अगर रवैया आम आदमी पार्टी का आपको लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं ये एज है आप लोगों के लिए?
नहीं, ये तो हमको देख के लग रहा है कि मेयर भी बन जाएगा और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी भी बनेगा।
This is what Manoj Tiwari is now saying. He is now coming out and claiming that not only BJP will have its mayor but also deputy mayor and also the members of a standing committee. We'll have to wait and watch how the elections are further going to take place. Let me also try to get in a word from BJP MLA. सर, आपको क्या लगता है अगर इस वक्त स्थिति की बात करें, अंदर हमने देखा हंगामा काफी हुआ, अभी क्या स्थिति है?
नहीं, मैं भी हाउस टैक्स सदस्य हूँ और जो दिल्ली विधानसभा से 14 लोग नॉमिनेट किए गए हैं, उनमें से अपोजिशन में वन ऑफ द मेंबर। लेकिन ये हाउस में पहली बार हुआ है कि सत्ता पक्ष के जो लोग हैं उनकी संख्या ज़्यादा है और जिस तरीके से उन्होंने हंगामा शुरू किया, हमारी जो पीठासीन अधिकारी हैं सत्या शर्मा जी, उन पे साथ बदतमीजी करने की कोशिश की है, तो ये बिल्कुल गलत है और बिल्कुल निंदनीय है। और ये एक तरीके से देखा जाए तो दिल्ली नगर निगम के इतिहास में ये पहली बार एक लोकतंत्र की हत्या की है।
This is what the view of the BJP is, where they are now coming out and saying that Aam Aadmi Party has taken law in its hand and that is why they have attacked Satya Sharma. Remember that Satya Sharma is the BJP councillor who has been nominated by Lieutenant Governor of Delhi to supervise the mayor elections, to look into the entire process. Now BJP is coming out and saying that not only Satya Sharma has been attacked but also Aam Aadmi Party members have taken law in their hand. So right now, as we are seeing, commotion continues to take place there on the floor of the house. And if we talk about the mayor elections, it is going to take place today only, and that is why we are seeing BJP MPs also coming here. There is a long process. There are around 250 seats of councillors in the national capital. In the recently concluded elections, BJP begged 104 seats. Aam Aadmi Party begged 134 seats. Congress got 9 seats in its kitty. So in totality, there are 250 seats for which the elections took place, and and today as the elections for mayor is taking place, that happens with the help of councillors. But the very interesting point here is that there is no anti-defection law which is there on councillors in these elections. Any councillor can vote for a candidate of any particular party, and that is why BJP is very much confident that few Aam Aadmi Party councillors are also going to vote for BJP, and this is why Aam Aadmi Party is very much scared, and that's the main reason that the members of Aam Aadmi Party are taking law in their hand. We'll have to wait and watch how things are further going to pan out, but today the elections for mayor will take place and then deputy mayor elections will also take place, following which the members of standing committee, they will also be elected after the election of mayor and then deputy mayor, and also let us say, tell to our viewers how this entire system is the one who supervises, who looks after all the activities of Nigam in Delhi, and the standing committee members are the one who have got all the powers to run the municipal corporation here in national capital. So that is why Aam Aadmi Party is saying that okay, we will have our face, we will have our leader because we have the numbers in our hand, but at the same time standing committee members should also be from our side.
Right. So as Piyush is pointing out, of course, the ruckus over there continuing now. Piyush, the elections, of course, for the post of mayor are supposed to take place today, but even as we speak, of course, we can see what's happening inside the house. Piyush, take us through what's happening. There's sloganeering still taking place. I think they have come out of the house now. Can you tell us more?
As we are speaking, this sloganeering continues to take place, and that is why we are also seeing a deployment, massive deployment right outside this very venue.
Right, so as Piyush is pointing out, that was sloganeering that carried on outside the house as well. So even as mayor's elections are supposed to take place inside the house, we are told that that process perhaps is yet to get on with because of the ruckus that's been created inside the house. And Piyush Mishra has been taking us through all the developments. He's been speaking to both the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. In fact, he spoke with quite a few leaders. Let's listen into what they said. All right, I'm going to try and go back to Piyush in just a bit to give us a sense of what's happening there right now. But as you can see, we are, of course, seeing a confrontation of sorts brew between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Now, this has been going on for some time. Do remember that when the MCD elections took place, thereafter, of course, the Aam Aadmi Party did get a majority in the MCD, that is 134 out of the 250-member municipal house. However, the elections for mayor are extremely different from in the sense that every councillor gets a vote, and not just councillors, of course, 14 Lok Sabha MP, MLAs as well as the 7 Lok Sabha MPs from Delhi also get a vote. So, just to tell our viewers that this is actually a secret ballot, and since there is no anti-defection law that is in place, any councillor can vote for anybody. And that is where, the Aam Aadmi Party has been talking about the fact that the BJP is likely to have an understanding with the Congress.
हो गए, देखिए भारी संख्या में यहाँ पर बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता और आपके कार्यकर्ता इकट्ठे हो गए हैं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर जवाबी हमले किए जा रहे हैं। बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता कह रहे हैं केजरीवाल चोर है, तो भाई बीजेपी के लोग जय श्री राम के यहाँ पर नारे लगा रहे हैं। तो यहाँ पर हंगामा इतना ज्यादा बढ़ गया है कि एक तो ना तो अंदर पार्षदों की शपथ हो पा रही है और न ही बाहर यहाँ पे शांति हो पा रही है। जबरदस्त यहाँ पे हंगामा चल रहा है। दरअसल बीजेपी हो या आम आदमी पार्टी हो, संख्या बल भले ही आपके पास हो, लेकिन आपको ये लग रहा है कि आज कहीं मेयर की कुर्सी खिसक ना जाए और बीजेपी की झोली में ना जाके गिर जाए। इसी वजह से पहले पार्षद की शपथ के बाद से यहाँ पे इस कदर हंगामा बढ़ गया कि लोगों ने बाहर भी खड़ा होना मुश्किल कर दिया है तमाम लोगों का, जो लोग यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं। देखिए यहाँ पे आपके कार्यकर्ता है और बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है, दोनों की अपनी अपनी दलील है, दोनों के अपने अपने आरोप है एक दूसरे के ऊपर। लेकिन इस बीच बड़ी खबर ये है कि पार्षद शपथ नहीं ले पा रहे हैं और ऐसे में देखना ये होगा कि दिल्ली में एमसीडी में मेयर की जो कुर्सी है,
All right, so what we're given to understand right now is that because of this high voltage drama that is taking place even as we speak, perhaps there has been a disruption in the elections. Now, do remember that there was oath-taking ceremony that was on when the two sides began to accuse each other.
जाने देना चाहती नहीं है और इसीलिए एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगाया जा रहा है, साम दाम दंड भेद सब अपनाया जा रहा है ताकि कम से कम ये जो कुर्सी है इनके हाथ से खिसक ना पाए। फिलहाल आपको अपडेट देंगे एमसीडी इलेक्शन से जुड़ी हुई। वक्त छोटे से ब्रेक का, ब्रेक के बाद जब वापस आएंगे तो दिखाएंगे आपको।
All right, we were trying to get you reports from outside the house as well. That was a Bharat reporter taking us through what's happening. But we are learning that several of those councillors are now storming out of the house. It appears that there has been a disruption to the mayoral elections. Both sides, of course, accusing each other of playing politics on this. Now, the interesting part of it, of course, is that the Aam Aadmi Party seems to suggest that the Congress and the BJP are now hand in glove and that perhaps Congress councillors might be voting for the BJP candidate. Now, all of this, of course, is a matter of conjecture at this point in time, but we do know that things seem to have taken an ugly turn inside the House. Of course, begs the question, if these councillors run the House like this, Delhi perhaps will have to think again. But pictures on your screen are of the ruckus and the ugly sort of a brawl that seems to have taken place inside the House. We are now getting to understand that perhaps mayoral elections, at least for now, have been disrupted. I'm going to try and go across to our correspondents to understand the latest position in terms of how soon do we expect the process to pick up again. Piyush, if you're there with us, can you take us through how soon this process is likely to pick up again and what's happening exactly inside the House now?
आओ सर फ्रेम सर Yes, Nupur, as we are speaking, we are now seeing commotion taking place not only inside the House but also outside the House. You can clearly see as to how the workers have gathered here. We'll try to get in a word from these workers who are right now raising slogans. Let's try to understand from them and know the reason of their protest, because Aam Aadmi Party is now claiming that their members are not being allowed to take oath. क्या हुआ गली में क्या हुआ?
देखिए, इस प्रकार की जो तानाशाही जो केजरीवाल आज भी हम भ्रष्टाचार के लिए कर रहे हैं। अरे नॉमिनेट जो पार्षद है उनकी शपथ होनी चाहिए।
अंदर हुआ क्या ये बताइए।
अंदर ये हुआ, जो नॉमिनेट जो पार्षद चुने गए हैं, विषय ये था कि इनको पहले शपथ दिलाई जाए, लेकिन ये भ्रष्टाचार आदमी ये केवल अंदर का माहौल बिगाड़ने के लिए, क्योंकि अंदर एक परंपरा है। अरे भाई, आप नॉमिनेट जो पार्षद चुने गए हैं, आप उनको शपथ दिला दीजिए, लेकिन एक उसको हंगामा करना, पूरे उसको एक उछाल लेना, ये आम आदमी पार्टी का काम है।
सत्य शर्मा पे हमला हुआ है क्या? ऐसा भी हुआ है? अंदर हमला हुआ सत्य शर्मा?
देखिए, जो ये आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग हैं, ये 8 साल से दिल्ली के अंदर जिस प्रकार का जो भ्रष्टाचार करते आए हैं, ये चाहते हैं कि नगर निगम में भी पहले दिन इन्होंने इस प्रकार का काम कर रहे हैं। अरे भाई, आप चुन के आए हो, पब्लिक ने चुने हो, तो आप एक सभ्यता का परिचय दीजिए ना।
आप केजरीवाल को संविधान पे विश्वास नहीं है ना। दिल्ली के उपराज्यपाल ने नॉमिनेटेड पार्षद को नियुक्त किया है, उसको शपथ ग्रहण उनका भी होना है, वो शपथ ग्रहण नहीं करने दे रहे, इनको संविधान पे विश्वास नहीं करने दे रहे। क्या बोल रहे हैं? क्यों नहीं? ये कर रहे नॉमिनेटेड पार्षद को बाद में शपथ ग्रहण होगा, जबकि वो राज्यपाल द्वारा नियुक्त है, उनकी पर यानी शपथ ग्रहण पहले होनी चाहिए। इसका ये विरोध कर रहे हैं। इनको संविधान पे विश्वास नहीं केजरीवाल को, ये अपने आप में संविधान को कुछ मानते नहीं है।
मेयर किसका होगा? आपका होगा क्या आम आदमी पार्टी?
मेयर बीजेपी का होगा। स्पष्ट केजरीवाल के बहुत सारे पार्षद हमारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी से चुनाव, वो हमारे पक्ष में वोट करेंगे और मेयर भाजपा का मेयर होगा।
और वही
डर रहा है, इसलिए वो भाजपा कर।
आपको क्या काउंसलर्स के टच, आपके टच में किसी काउंसलर ने बताया आम आदमी पार्टी की वोट करेंगे मेयर?
काउंसलर नहीं बताया, हमारे पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता ने, देश के साथ चलने वाले
आत्मा को शक्ति दिख रहा है पार्षद जो जीते हम पार्टी को, कि अगर हम वोटिंग करेंगे बीजेपी के पक्ष में तो अच्छा काम होगा। उसका हाथ उठा रहा है।
मनोमनी सदस्य है, उन्होंने सब पहले ले ली। वो महापौर का चुनाव नहीं लड़ेंगे, उनका वोटिंग का अधिकार नहीं है। ये सिर्फ अजारता फैलाना, देश में दिल्ली में अजारता फैलाना केजरीवाल का उद्देश्य है, कोई काम नहीं करना केजरीवाल का उद्देश्य है।
This is what we are now hearing, not only inside the house but also outside the house. The commotion is taking place now. The BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath because he is the one who is supposed to hold the elections. And now BJP is saying that Sanjay Sharma, who has been nominated by Lieutenant Governor, is not being allowed to take oath, and that is why they are protesting outside the house, outside the Civic Center here in the national capital. We are now seeing this sloganing also taking place, not only against Arvind Kejriwal but also against Manish Sisodia. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place. As we are speaking, at one side, at one side BJP members are raising slogans. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party leaders are raising slogans. So we are now seeing some sort of confrontation taking place between Aam Aadmi Party workers and BJP workers. आपका क्या आरोप है? आप लोगों को क्या आरोप है?
हमारा आरोप है कि हम आम आदमी पार्टी का मेयर बनेगा, डिप्टी मेयर बनेगा। ये लोग बौखलाए हुए हैं। ये सिर्फ हिंदू मुस्लिम और जातिवाद पे कुछ कर सकते हैं, जातिवाद के नारे मार सकते हैं। नरेंद्र मोदी डकैत है, नरेंद्र मोदी डकैत है, नरेंद्र मोदी डकैत है, नरेंद्र मोदी डकैत है।
BJP is sloganing taking place here. That's the group of Aam Aadmi Party which is sitting here, Aam Aadmi Party workers. On my right side is the group of BJP workers who are sitting here, and both of them are raising slogans against each other. We'll have to wait and watch how the elections will take place, but as we are speaking, commotion continues to take place, not only inside the house but also outside the house, where the leaders and workers of both the parties are making allegations, and there are counter allegations also coming in from both the sides. Let us also tell to our viewers as to how basically the mayor elections take place. After the election of councillors, councillors are supposed to elect their mayor, and as there is no anti-defection law in this very process, any councillor can vote for any candidate, be it from any political party. But here, what BJP is saying, that many Aam Aadmi Party councillors are of the view of voting for BJP candidate, and that is why they are very much confident of having their own mayor. But at the same time, now even before the process could begin of electing mayor, BJP members are claiming that Aam Aadmi Party members did not let the nominated councillor Satya Sharma to even take oath, and after which the commotion started taking place inside and outside the house. Here we are now seeing the live pictures of confrontation taking place between Aam Aadmi Party workers and BJP workers. Nupur.